Hello, my friends. Hello, my friends. Apologies for the delay. Apologies for the delay. What's happening? What's crack-a-lacking? Apologies for the delay. Apologies for the lateness and delay. Apologies for the lateness and the delay. But I'm back like could cracked. Apologies for the lateness and the delay. Apologies for the lateness and the delay. Had a bit of an emergency basically. Had a bit of an emergency. Went to do the old mid-stream, you know, the shit between the stream. Then mid-shit, you know, it kind of got a bit wild in there. And then I went to go and get some toilet paper, patted around the back there, and I couldn't feel anything. And I was like, okay, no problem. Opened up the bin, the little thing, the little container I have to put all the toilet paper in, put my hand down it, couldn't feel anything. I was like, oh shit, there's no toilet paper. And I don't even have like kitchen roll. So I had to quickly run out. I had to quickly go to the off license around the corner with a shitty ass and buy some toilet paper. Yeah. I had to go outside with a shitty ass, like my ass just like sliding. So, but I'm clean. I wash my hands. Yeah, it's all good. Honestly, I was walking like that. I was walking like, you know the guys that do speed running. I was walking like a speed runner to the off license. And you know what? I'm really lucky, by the way. I'm really lucky because the off license near me, it's not 24-hour anymore. It used to be 20. I used to have like a little 24-hour off license, what you guys in America call a bodega. But recently they changed the opening times because a lot of people would like cause, you know, trouble and make noise in the area. So the council kind of closed their, you know, limited their opening times. So now they close at 2:30. So luckily it happened now, because if it would have happened after 2:30, I would have to have found some like dirty shisha and wipe my ass with it or something, and then just threw it out the window. That's what I might have done. I might have had to just use the horrible t-shirt that I don't wear anymore, wipe my ass with it, and then just like dashed it out of the window. Lucky it didn't happen, but bloody hell, by the way, I bought 4 rolls of tissue. No, 2, not even 4. I bought 2 rolls of tissue paper for £5. That's the tax that you get. That's why you should never ever buy those things in off licenses. Because I was like, fucking hell, they charge you a premium, £5 for 2 bits of roll. Like, god damn it. So yeah, anyway, that's why I'm late, but we're all good now. Let's crack on because I don't have much long. I don't have much time. I need to crack on today, and then obviously, you know, gym stuff, and then I'll come back and then we'll do part 2, and we'll probably do the YURIY thing after I come back from gym. But today we'll do mostly TFATK, mostly Brendan stuff, and then when I come back from the gym, we'll do the YURIY stuff because tomorrow's my day off, so that should be a good one. Anyway, enough about that. Thank you for joining in, everybody. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for joining me as per usual. I never take this stuff for granted, so thank you for hanging out. Always a pleasure, never a fucking chore. As per usual, random show settings, you know, random topics, random things. Get involved in the stream chat. If you have anything to say, tag me in shit, you know, talk amongst yourself, have a good time, chill, enjoy. We don't take ourselves too seriously here. We have a good time, and we then continue on with our lives. Cool. First things first before we get onto the Brendan Schaub stuff. First things mother freaking first. Can we talk about my boy DSP? Can we talk about my boy Dark Side Phil for a moment? Because I'm curious what this whole mindset is. I'm going to show you something that the old Poems Future posted on his Twitter account. So big up Poems Future, who keeps up to date with everything that fucking DSP does over there on Twitter/X. Poems Future posted screenshots from DSP's chat before his stream, where he said some really odd things regarding himself, which I want to just highlight here for you guys to see. So this is Poems Future. I think you can see him on the screen. Hopefully you can see him. Oops, okay, I'll have to get it up on here manually. But this is Poems Future Instagram. No, sorry, it's not that one. It's this. Hopefully you can get it up there. Does it show? Does it show now? Yep, there you go. So this is Poems Future screen. So Poems Future posted this really interesting screenshot from DSP's stream chat before his stream, obviously, where he was basically getting angry because there's this new troll happening now with DSP streams where people gift him these Argentinian gifted memberships, right? Because on YouTube there's this like bypass, I guess, this hack you can do where you can give people memberships to their channel, but you can do it using the currency of Argentina, which I guess is Argentinian dollars or something. I forgot what it is anyway, but whatever it is, the value of it isn't that great, but the numbers are, right? The numbers look amazing, but the value isn't. So I don't know, 500 Argentinian dollars is like half a cent or something, right? It's really small amount. So a lot of people are trolling DSP and basically gifting people loads of memberships, but only using like, you know, paying like $1 for like 200 or some shit. And then in the message, they're posting troll stuff. So in this particular one, the person gifted some memberships to DSP's stream, and then they written a message, Phil spent $2,000 on WWE Champions dent money. And this is a new discovery that someone's been tracking, that DSP's been spending all the money he gets donated, doesn't go on bills and all this other stuff that he always says. He basically gambles it on this shitty mobile game called WWE Champions. Now, DSP wasn't too happy about this, obviously, when people are saying this stuff. So he decided to get in his chat and say the following. He says, whoopsie doodle, there bitch. He said, still haven't figured out that this doesn't negatively affect my channel yet, lol. 5 straight months of doing it, I'm still here and it hasn't affected anything. Just keep on doing it, fucking geniuses. But the next thing is the one that really perplexed me. He says this: there's absolutely nothing you can ever do to me to hurt me. I'll be here regardless of your efforts, and I will outlive you, and you will continue to be a waste of human life. Now, DSP, I understand why DSP is saying this, because, you know, he does get trolled a lot. A lot of people hate him, myself included. So I understand why he feels this way. But sometimes I think to myself, why does he say these things? Because it's almost as if he's setting people a challenge to try and take him down. Like a lot of locals do this. It's almost like they're trying to goad detractors and trolls and haters into trying to mess with them. And usually it works. Like, look at Boogie. He's had to beg and plead his audience for money to keep his lights on. Look at Wings. He got to a point where the trolls held his PSN account hostage and made him shave his beard so he looked awful. Obviously, he's a fat dude without a beard and no hair. He just looks like a fucking thumb, like a really flabby thumb. And then he got his PSN back. And there was also a time where DSP was getting messed with a lot, to the point where he was getting like copyright strikes on his account. And he legitimately did the most pathetic thing possible. He started like crying online. I was like, oh, why would you try and take me down? Then you won't have anyone else to laugh at. How would you take, what's the point of taking me down? You want to have a troll, you want to have a locale to laugh at, like some weird defense. But this particular type of defense that he has is interesting as well, if you think about it more, because it almost feels as if DSP thinks this gravy train is never going to end. It's almost as if he thinks like he's going to be able to beg and plead people for a living online forever or infinitely. He doesn't think there's ever going to be a time where his whales are not going to have the funds available to sustain his career, and he's going to have to seek other forms of employment. He thinks this is going to last forever. And the really strange thing is, now even more so, even though he still makes quite a lot of money, he's only making it because of like, what, 2 to 5 main whales are basically keeping him afloat. Maybe 2. That's a pretty tenuous position to be in, to have 2 people responsible for paying your mortgage, paying your bills, your DoorDash orders, your alcohol consumption, your WWE Champions addiction. That is a very, very squeaky bum time place to be at. So I don't understand why he takes a lot of pride in still being here. Like, even says it in this other comment, it's been 16 years of people trying to end my YouTube presence and it hasn't worked and never will. Cry yourself to sleep. It's like, bruh, you do know when people call you a pig roach, it's not a compliment. They call you a pig roach because you fucking snort like a pig and you look like one, and because you're a cockroach that outlives like everyone and anything around you. But the cockroach isn't also a compliment. That's kind of a bad thing. And the fact that you don't innovate, you don't try and keep up with the times, you're not trying to, the more competition that's come around, your confidence obviously suffered. You lie and embellish and gaslight and whatever else that goes on to kind of keep yourself away from having any level of accountability. And I just, number one, like I said before, I just don't understand why he's tempting fate by saying this. There's absolutely nothing you could ever do to hurt me. That isn't true, because hasn't everyone already hurt him already? Essentially, he lives in a gated community because of trolls. Because you're so scared of the this is how you don't play people. When the son took Kojima, he basically moved into this gated community somewhere in Washington that he really can't afford. That's really too big for just him and his wife and his cat. So essentially, the trolls have won. They have kind of hurt you because they made you move into a place that you probably don't need to live in. It's probably way too big for what you need. That's already hurt you. They've hurt you because you can't even turn on the voice chat on your games. They've hurt you because you can't participate in like podcasts without having to vet things properly. Like all these nonsense things that he does is all because he's so super scared of ever coming into contact or crossing paths with people who disagree with his point of view, or are going to push back, or trolls or detractors. So I just find this whole thing like he's tempting fate. Don't get me wrong. I'm one of the people out there who's always said that I don't hate anybody on social media. I think everybody presents a certain face on social. But I think DSP is the only person online who I could see myself hating. And if it did come to a point that his career went kaput on YouTube, I'd be celebrating. That'd be like a celebration stream, because that guy is the worst of the worst. So he actually deserves to be quote unquote, taken off of a platform, because especially him, he's always talking about how people should get taken off of platforms for trolling. It's like, bro, if you start trying to goad or push for policing on the internet, you'd be the first one to go because of all the shit you've done over the years. You'd be the first one on the chopping block. So yeah, the trolls may go, the detractors may go, but you will go along with them. You're not going to be hanging around. You're not exactly a pleasure to fucking watch. So it's pretty interesting. But locale things, what can you do? DSP is always going to do what DSP is going to do. Let's scroll up actually and see if there's any updates regarding DSP before we move on. What else has he said here? Is there anything new updates courtesy of Poems Future? What's happened recently? Disaster stream. And we see the DSP gets asked an obvious question about Street Fighter. I don't care about Street Fighter. If you're going to copy other people's homework when you play a game, you should want to do it first. We've got some other things here. DSP. By the way, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this shirt? LTG cussed him one time, and now he's wearing these like McDonald's assistant manager, Burger King supervisor button-up t-shirts. All he's missing is like a name badge and a hat, and he'd be like, oh, hello, good afternoon, how can I help you? Can I take your order? Hello, good afternoon, can I have your order? Or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, welcome to McDonald's. Welcome to the Golden Arches, how can I help you? Like, what the fuck is he wearing? What is that shirt? So yeah, DSP is a piece of shit. DSP is a piece of shit. Moving on. So, I'm not gonna lie, I'm genuinely surprised that BERT KREISCHER and Tom Segura have no perception or idea how bad they did during the roast of Tom Brady. I'm not sure if you guys have watched it, or maybe you've seen my Patreon review of it. You should check it out. It's only $1 per month. It's available on my Patreon. The link is in the description. Patreon.com/Agostino. I split up into 4 parts. The roast of Tom Brady. You can check it out. But BERT KREISCHER and Tom Segura got up on stage and tried to roast Tom Brady together as 2 Bears, 1 Cave, which is essentially their way of basically promoting Port Osos. Because I don't really understand why they need to do that, because I don't think I would argue that 2 Bears, 1 Cave isn't that well known. I think Tom Segura and BERT are more well known than the brand 2 Bears, 1 Cave. So I think they pushed themselves to be presented as 2 Bears, 1 Cave in order to promote also Port Osos, their fucking shitty vodka brand, and also to hopefully promote some other Netflix show I think they have coming up. Because I remember reading that BERT and Tom signed a deal with Netflix to do some show, movie, I don't know, whatever it may be. Anyway, long story short, they fucking bombed. They didn't do well at all. They did some weird PowerPoint presentation thing. using memes and pictures. Like, it was basically really shit. Like, if you're somebody that didn't like Cat Williams' special recently, the one that's called Woke Folk, I personally liked it, but people didn't like it because it was rehashed material, and he used a lot of like memes and pictures on the screen. Well, they did the same thing. It was kind of cringe, I'm not gonna lie, because a lot of the laughs came from the pictures and not from what they were saying. So everybody agreed who watched it that they were the worst. So they probably even did worse than Ben Affleck, in my personal opinion. But for some reason, during this conversation with Jimmy Carr on Two Bears One Cave, they don't really seem to understand how bad they did. They're kind of coping, and I'm actually surprised because it was very obvious watching it that they were the worst. Kevin Hart didn't really congratulate them after their set, and it was clear to see that they didn't do as good as other comedians there. But during this conversation with Jimmy Carr, they don't seem to actually get it. So let's play it and you can see what I mean.
I don't know. It's like, it's really fun to get up. I mean, I found that the roast last night, I had such a brilliant time.
Did you?
Because for me, I was trying to reverse engineer, anything about American football.
Yeah.
So I was going, Tom Brady's like nothing to me.
Yeah.
I mean, he's very handsome, but I'm not a gay guy, despite being European.
Yeah.
But also, he's like, and he's a footballer, and he's one of the quarterbacks. Oh, fabulous. Doesn't mean anything to me.
Yeah. Sure.
So I'm trying to reverse engineer the jokes in my head and going, oh, that must mean that guy was, okay.
Right.
I could do it.
What was your favorite joke from the night last night?
Nikki Glazer's, to you, I'm a huge fan of your joke. Made me laugh for, I would say, I'm still laughing at it now. It's so good.
Yeah.
It was
so
really good.
But I mean, there was a few incredibly good lines.
There was so many good. Her set, I thought, was just that was a masterclass set in roasting.
Yeah.
Like, it was perfectly done. I wouldn't change the lines, the cadence, the part, everything. It was just structurally, everything was perfect about it. It was fantastic. Tony, I had this thing where I was like, we've been around Tony for so long.
Yeah.
And Tony basically lives in roast mode. He's somebody who, like, a lot like you, where like the jokes just keep. So you sit with Tony in the green room, or you go to lunch with Tony, and he is like, he's just always roasting people, right?
I remember when I was in Montreal, when I first met Tony, he was like, it was roast battle. It was that year.
Yeah, sure.
And he was just like hanging out, like pitching ideas constantly, just being around. Like, we've been around him so much. I think it's often that thing, though, with your friends, where you're around them and you see them, and then suddenly they do something like that, and you go, well, I knew he was capable of that.
Yeah.
But I think America just found out.
That's exactly right.
Even the Kill Tony thing is like, I mean, it's selling out Madison Square Garden. It's doing great.
It's amazing.
But I think like the name recognition and the respect, I think it just happened last night.
I think.
But by the way, on the subject of Kill Tony, I got the feeling, and I mentioned it a few times on the stream, maybe a few times in here, if I'm repeating myself, I'm sorry. But I did get the feeling that Netflix were basically trying to soft launch Kill Tony on their platform. So I'm suspecting, or my theory thinking aloud, maybe Netflix is working on a deal to get Kill Tony on Netflix somehow, or maybe do a special one on Netflix Live, because it felt like, because Tony Hinchcliffe's whole set, he's kind of started it, doing a quote unquote parody of Kill Tony. So I wonder if that's something they're going to be doing in the future. That'd be a pretty good deal for Tony Hinchcliffe, to be fair.
I think so too. I mean,
I'm so happy for him.
He
It's
sat
so
down next to me. I was like, this is so cool that we've watched you for years be great at this, and then you had an opportunity, and you just knocked it out of the park. Like, everybody saw
the brass neck of him to make jokes about being short. The brass neck. What is he, 4'2"?
Yeah, he's not a big man.
His joke about me, it looks like the Liver King met the Burger King.
Oh yeah,
and has the liver of Rodney King, got beat up by Martin Luther. Whatever the fuck, I can't even do his joke. I was like, God damn it.
Yeah, that was amazing.
My only take back, and if you watch the special, it's super enjoyable, is I read everyone's jokes as they were doing them, because I was reading the prompter. So the whole
you're saying this because you think we don't know that?
Oh
no, we saw it.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. Oh no, I was going to inquire as to your reading age.
By the way, this entire episode, because I watched the entire thing, this entire episode, Jimmy Carr was on Bert's bumper, and there was a couple of moments where like Bert was getting annoyed because Jimmy was going in on him, like the whole episode, just basically kept reminding, hey, big up.
I watched this Jimmy Carr episode. Loved him on it.
Yeah, exactly. There we go, Assad. Exactly. Jimmy Carr was way more better. Like, if you didn't like Jimmy Carr and Joe Rogan, give him another chance, because he was really good on this one. He trashed Bert the entire time. Big up Assad. Big up Assad Aziz. He trashed Bert the entire time, to the point where Bert was getting a bit uncomfortable and kind of annoyed, because he was basically, the angle was this, like, you're so dumb. Like, how dumb are you? You're so fucking dumb. You're so regarded. Can you read? Do you know where you are? Do you know what you just said? Like, how old are you again? Like, he just kept, that was the fucking running gag the entire episode. And Bert was getting a little bit annoyed. Like, he wasn't really treating him with any kind of respect. And I think it's a British thing, to be fair, that kind of banter, where you kind of keep going. There's no stop, really. I don't think you Americans like that too much. Like, it's almost like when you start to realize he's not laughing with you, he's laughing at you. I don't think you're, because to be honest, Americans in general, you guys don't take disrespect that well. I don't think. You guys don't take people bumping in the front of you in the queue. You know, you don't take that shit lightly. I think us, we have a bit more of a threshold of it, but we also play around too much. So I think Jimmy was really getting in on him, like, you know, you're an idiot, you're dumb, you're an idiot, you're fat, you're an alcoholic, you're not funny.
When I got here, I think you're really coming along.
I just saw the clip of Bert, of Tony doing it, and Bert's going.
Yeah. He looks like he's praying. He looks like he's quietly praying, hope it goes okay, hope it goes okay. Because I would say, like, I was watching it, and like, there's a bit of you that watches, and, you know, from the audience as a comic going, that's good, that's good, that's a great line. Okay, you know, you're kind of, you're kind of analyzing and think, I wish I was up there. And I was thinking, oh my God, it must be so hard when you're sat there and someone's just eviscerated. Yeah. And then you kind of, you go, oh God, we've got another half an hour to wait.
We said that.
Bro,
we said
so
that.
hard.
Look at the excuses already. So now Jimmy Carr's kind of helping him out by basically suggesting and hinting the only reason why they did poorly is because they had to wait. Come on now. They've done plenty of live performances. They've done corporate gigs where it's kind of awkward. You're going on after a band. This is what, if you're part of the 1,000 special comedians, the Navy SEALs, the Green Berets of comedians, right? The 250 samurai ninja elite assassin comedians, you should be able to deal with a little bit of a wait time. You should be able to deal with that, right? You should still be funny, right?
When Nikki was up, it goes, Kevin, Jeff, Drew Bledsoe, who fucking murdered, Nikki destroys, and Tom and I looked at each other and Tom goes, we're going to bomb. And because our thing wasn't.
That's a good excuse. That's a good cop-out for not trying to do well, by the way. To be fair, of the two, Tom was probably a bit better. Of the two, if you had to grade it of the two, but they're grouped together, so they've both done shit as a group. But Tom did better than Bert. But Bert was clearly like nervous. Like he looked like he had stage fright. He looked like he got on the big stage, the one that he's always been wanting, and he shit the bed. His hand was literally, there was a bit where I think I say it in the fucking Patreon. If you check the video, I zoom into it. His hand is literally shaking. Like you could see his hand is trembling. He's almost like he's doing that thing where I'm sure some of you have done it, where you're doing public speaking, maybe you're doing it at your school or something, or your work, and you kind of have that thing where you're standing really awkwardly. He was standing like that, like almost too straight, like focusing too much on his standing, his posture, not really knowing what to say. And he was a ball of nerves. But regardless of that, they were fucking terrible. Definitely the worst of all the comedians, 100%. Maybe even worse than Ben Affleck, 100%. Maybe if you've heard about Ben Affleck's set, you know how crazy and odd and peculiar that was. I think there's an argument to be said that Ben Affleck was funnier than BERT, KREISCHER, and Tom Segura.
What everyone else was doing.
And people don't know that. They didn't know that we weren't asked to like roast traditionally. We were asked to do this different thing. And I was like, I don't know if this is going to be.
Nah, Assad, these are not YSL, mate. These are Amazon. These are AMZ. They're not YSL, they're AMZ.
Well received. Like the monitor.
It was great because it's like, it's as you're watching it as a punter, like in the audience, you go, yeah, it's at like a different speed.
Yeah.
And it's a very long show. So actually doing something that's a different, and you know, like, so you're watching the roasting for like, you know, an hour and you go, well, everything's been hit on. We understand his wife has gone and he lost some money in Bitcoin. Yeah. And then you go, it's nice to have a little okay, there's another thing.
Like a little.
Oh no, I don't buy that either. Jimmy Carr's trying to suggest that because everybody had done a conventional stand-up roast routine, it was quite quote unquote refreshing to have these two knobheads get on stage and do their fucking PowerPoint presentation of why, but what? Oh, Tom Brady's really hot. Oh, he's a sociopath. Like, fuck off, mate. It was shit.
That was
palate
a
cleanser
great
thing.
line. It's really helped me understand my wife.
Oh yeah,
Where it was
yeah.
the psychopathy.
I got a really big laugh.
Yeah.
Not from your wife.
Also, you noticed what got a good laugh and what didn't, eh? So you know you did both poorly.
Imagine. That got a
She
big
liked it.
fucking laugh.
Yeah.
You know who got no? You probably didn't see it. You know who did the best job of the night, and no one knows? Alonzo Bowden.
Really?
Alonzo did the warm up, and I was sitting with Shane Gillis, and we both kind of went, "This is an impossible gig."
Big up Alonzo Bowden, by the way. I saw him perform at the Laugh Factory the last time I was in LA, maybe 2017. He was fucking sick. He's really fucking funny.
There's 20,000 people in an arena. Everyone's up and chatting, and no one is. The room is so unfocused. And he came on, and he did material, and he's such a pro.
He's a
he just
bro.
got them. He's
Bro.
a beast, and it's all new stuff. It's stuff I know before. I know him very well. But
I love it. Even Jimmy Carr being a fucking, a good old Englishman, a British guy like myself. You hang around too many LA comedians and you end up picking up their vernacular. He's a beast. He murdered, right? He'd never say that if he was over here. But when you hang around those guys too much, he's a beast. He killed, he slayed. What? He's a beast? Really? You mean he's ugly? Because that's what we say in England. If you call someone a beast, it's almost like you're calling them they're ugly. Beast.
But like that was before they even started doing the thing.
Yeah.
But like the setup was so right.
Yeah. And I got to say, like, when you host the thing too, you can kind of be personality versus material. I thought Kevin fucking killed. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he
Good point, though. Kevin Hart did do really well as a host. And I think he did really well as a host because he went for it. He wasn't really playing safe. He was really, pushing the line and shit and saying kind of dicey things that some people would describe as dicey. But just in general, because of how he is, his temperament, he's the kind of person that thrives around celebrities anyway. He handled it really well. I'm not going to lie, because I think you need somebody like that. I think you already have, when there's a roast, that's why probably a Ricky Gervais wouldn't be a good host for a roast of a celebrity, because Ricky Gervais already has a lot of contempt for the industry anyway. So I think you need somebody who kind of enjoys being a celebrity to kind of host one of those things, because the rest of the people are going to be dunking on the person. So you can't have the host be a hater and then have the comedians who hate content. I mean, you kind of have to have a bit of balance. So I think that's why Kevin Hart worked. And everyone likes Kevin Hart, you know what I mean?
He had great material. He had great energy. He always kept it fun and funny. He would kind of...
He's just a very generous laugher as well.
He
He's
is.
got that infectious
Yeah.
thing.
He was
and he's
great.
a legit goddamn movie star.
Yeah.
Not like one machine movie.
Yeah, exactly. Big up Josie, exactly. Everyone did well except for Bert and Tom. That's the funny thing. Everyone. Even Gronk, even Kim Kardashian, even Ben Affleck in a way. Everyone did okay except for Bert and Tom. That's the funniest thing about it. The two professional comedians, the ones who pride themselves on being killers and beasts and sell out places, they did the worst of all of them.
That didn't count. Like a proper, proper general release.
Yo, big up, big up, big up.
One of my favorites towards Jimmy Carr is when someone said Jeff Dunham's puppets are getting better and better.
Wow. Okay, wow. Okay, that's brutal, but that's good. I like that. Just on the puppets again. Wow. Ouch. Big up Assad.
Like
Yes.
people went to see, they bought tickets.
Yes.
It's like a real movie.
Yeah.
Not that,
Real revenue. Yes.
Not like whatever. You made a thing for YouTube. Not that.
Yes.
A real one.
Yes.
A
It was
real
the real
movie
deal.
star.
Yeah.
I was reading his prompter, and he would go,
Yes, we know. it was on television.
I think this is the part where I started to notice in the episode where Bert wasn't liking it and he was fake laughing. This is the part where I started to notice like Jimmy Carr's little jabs and, you know, his little jibes were starting to get to Bert. He was starting to like not really receive them too well.
He would go off book, and I was getting nervous for the prompter guy because you'd see the prompter guy scroll and then scroll back and scroll back and back and back. And Kevin would come back and hit the thing that was on the screen. Kevin murdered.
He was great. He was really great.
But when Nikki went up, we thought we were going to bomb. And then God bless Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
God, I didn't understand.
Yeah, big up Enrique T. I don't think I'm going to get to the Yuri stuff now. I'm going to finish this and jump onto the Brendan stuff. But if I don't get onto the Yuri stuff now, I'll get onto it in a few hours when I come back from the gym, because I'm off tomorrow anyway from work, so I'll be able to stream a bit longer. So if I can't get through the Yuri stuff today or in this particular stream, in a few hours, I will do it when I'm back from the gym and shit.
Down there for a sec. I thought, like, were they booing the concept of Hollywood?
They kind of were. It's what they were booing, because this is one thing we figured out. I don't know if it registered to you that audience, they were football fans.
I don't mind the booing of Kim. I think it's like when people boo Joe Biden or like Donald Trump and shit. Like, it was just kind of harmless banter. Like, why not? It's kind of fun. You know what it kind of reminds me of? Have you seen this troll online? I'm not sure if you guys have seen. There's this troll online where guys will write mid under like really hot girls' comments and shit. So if a hot girl posts like a first trap, the first couple of replies will be like mid. So this troll of calling conventionally super hot girls mid is kind of funny, because, you know, most of the time it's people on there simping and thirsting and kind of just embarrassing themselves. So to have guys just, you know, essentially argue or put it out there that these women are actually not that good looking is quite funny. So I think the same thing with Kim. Kim, everywhere she goes, gets praised and gets loads of money for looking hot. When you come out to a crowd like that and everyone's booing you, it's a nice little, you know, difference maker. But to be fair to her as well, if you watch the actual proper video, she handled it like a pro. She didn't really complain too much. Like, obviously they cut it out. The Netflix cut it out to be probably to kind of get on their good side. I'm assuming Netflix cut it out because they want fucking keeping up. They probably want keeping up with the Kardashians to sign with them soon in the future. So, you know, you do some things to kind of, you know, put yourselves in the good books of the Kardashian family. But she handled it pretty well. She didn't seem that flustered by it. She handled it okay. And then when she delivered her lines, it kind of worked anyway. She was funny in her own way. I'm not going to lie.
They were Tom Brady and professional football fans. When comedians walked out initially, you know, at most...
Big up Andy Ward, Aggie mid. Exactly. Thank you. I'll take it.
Comedy events, people know the comedians. Comedians got like nothing.
Yeah,
they went
mostly when they do a roast.
Yeah.
Oh, big up, big up.
You know what I do find objectionable? Tom Brady sticking up for handyman Bob Kraft, a billionaire. Go kiss your kid on the lips, Tom. His boots are clean enough.
Yeah, exactly. You know what though? That was funny, innit? I think that was a rule. They said, go after my wife because she's a famous supermodel. Go after me. I'm a famous football player. But the kids were off. They were off limits. I think Tom Brady's kids and parents were off limits. You could tell because no one went there. Everyone just did the jokes. You know what I mean? And I thought that's why I kind of would have liked like Ari to be there or somebody that's willing to risk it. Because I would have liked someone just to kind of drop that kid one. I was waiting for someone to kind of really risk their Hollywood connections, risk their career, just risk it for the sake of go viral for the wider public, because we'd love it. Obviously it wouldn't be good for their career, but we'd love it. They'd be legends and kings to us if somebody decided to say, yeah, you know, like, we know you like kissing rings and I don't know, make some sort of jokes. I can't think of one now because I'm not a fucking comedian, but I think that would have been fucking good. Big up NJ Ranger.
It's in a hotel ballroom, not an arena.
I know.
Like on a Sunday afternoon.
They were there.
I mean, this Tom Brady guy's pretty famous.
Yeah, he's pretty famous.
Bro.
They were there for Tom and for Patriots and for football players. And so that was like a thing that...
Oh my God. Look at the cope they're saying. They're trying to suggest that they only bombed because it was a football crowd. But aren't you guys football people? Aren't you guys friends with Barstool? Didn't you guys invade and gate crash that fucking Pat McAfee show and embarrass yourselves? So now all of a sudden, football fans wouldn't know who you are. Look at the cope. Look at the fucking cope.
That I picked up on. I was like, oh, and also like the way they reacted to jokes. And I think she symbolized everything that fan base kind of hates. Right?
No, she's Kim Kardashian. If she went to go throw the first pitch, she'd get booed. If she was on the teleprompter, she'd get booed. I'm sure every Kardashian, if they went to a football game and they got shown on the teleprompter, people are going to boo them. It's just funny. It's just fun to do for banter. I don't think anybody really hates them that much, especially nowadays. I don't feel like nowadays the Kardashians are as hated as they were in the past. People have kind of grown to accept who they are and what role they play in culture. And either you're a fan or you're not. And it's also kind of lame to have like really deep, nuanced, philosophical, fucking points of view about them as a family. No one gives a fuck. Like, let them do what they're doing. You do what you're doing. If you're worried your kids are going to follow them in their footsteps, then that says more about your parenting. You know what I mean? Like, get a fucking grip on your kids. If your kids are looking at some fucking Persian American family as the way to kind of conduct themselves as young women and what to do in relationships and how to carry themselves, whatever it may be, that says more about you and says about them. Like, leave them alone. It's not that big of a deal. So I don't think people booing them means anything. It's just fun to boo. Honestly, it's funny. I think the funniest thing to do isn't, if you saw Barack Obama, right? Legitimately, I think the funnier thing to do isn't to be like, oh my God, former President Barack. The funnier thing to do would be to boo him. The funnier thing to do would be to, to ask him a question about drones or something. That's actually a funnier thing than fucking sucking him off. Because everyone does that. Like, fuck all that shit.
Right. And so
I thought she did pretty well.
She
I've
did
got to
pretty
say,
good.
I think
why-
she's good news.
this is why this was something that I kept noticing too, because
By the way, up close on camera when she's on the stage, oh, she looked fucking smoking. She looked smoking, mate. I'd put my little shriveled up zucchini right on her face. Do you know what I mean? Right on her fucking face. I'd put my fucking, I'd put my little minka right on her ear. Just on her ear like that. Just keep tapping it on her fucking ear.
in seeing Prompter and watching all the acts, one of the things that you pick up on was the people that didn't do well, and there were a few that like it was
Like you guys. You see how he tripped over his words? I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised because these guys, again, maybe I believe too much what these guys say. But you remember when all these guys would talk about the beauty of stand-up? It's the most honest place in the world. If you're not funny, you don't get any laughs. It's like a meritocracy, right? It's a democracy. If you're not funny, you don't get laughs. And you have to own the bomb. Everyone bombs. But these guys bombed in fucking 4K on Netflix and they can't even admit it. They're coping. It's like, bro, you guys did the worst. You guys did. Bill Belichick was funnier than you guys. Bill fucking Belichick was funnier than both of these guys put together, bro. And here they are saying, but it's the crowd. So it was a football crowd and it was Sunday and it was like after 3 and they've all had drink and then they couldn't see the stage and then my microphone wasn't working and I didn't have any socks on. It's like, bro, you guys did terrible.
saying like the regular roasting was it wasn't because of them or the material. It's that they kept going off script.
Yeah.
Oh, really? So the reason why these guys didn't do well is because they went off script. Their jokes, they're so high level, minded wise, they had to improvise.
Because we would
Trying to
read
make
with
it
them.
casual.
Yeah, we read and they
Commit to the bit.
They would
Yeah.
read like the top line and you're like, okay, and they don't realize, see, we know how important economy of words and like you got to say this before, this is the connective tissue to that. And they would go first line and then I would watch them like riff on that and then try to pick up and you're like, yeah, it doesn't work like that. You have
No. I'm sorry, brother. You don't get to now coach other people Monday morning quarterback style about what they should and shouldn't have done. We saw what you did when you had the ball. You fumbled. We saw what you did when you had the fucking pigskin in the palm of your hand. We saw what happened. It was like a bar of soap in your hand, bro. We saw what happened. Let's not have you try to like give people advice. It's like, have you ever had that before where you're playing sports, especially football? I mean, it happened to me. I was playing Sunday League and he's playing the worst. He starts barking at you, trying to give you instructions. Cover your man, stand this up, bro. You're having a fucking stinker. Maybe focus in your own game. Why are you talking to me about where I know where I should be? Do you even know where you are? Do you know where you are? Are you okay? Are you not concussed? Do you need your mummy?
You have to stick to the whole thing for the thing at the end to pay off.
Yeah, I thought Kim Kardashian did a great job. I mean,
No,
like,
but
that
this
joke
is
about
why-
I wouldn't have
Of course he thinks that. He wants to fuck her, just like I do. Oi, oi.
told anyone. I would have
But
made a sex
the
tape.
reason I think she was able to, because she ended up getting a couple big pops, is because she stayed in the pocket.
Also, to get booed like that and to just sit with it.
Hey, yo, big up.
They should give Drew Bledsoe their podcast.
Oh yeah, for sure. Drew Bledsoe did really well, but I think I mentioned it in the fucking Patreon stream or the reaction that I did on Patreon regarding it. He seemed a bit coked up. And talking from experience, he seemed a bit yacked up. I'm not gonna lie. He was overly wiping his nose. He had that weird lip quiver thing going on. He looked like he did a couple of lines before he went on stage, which is wild to do that. Like, I don't understand how people can do that, but he seemed a little bit yacked up, Drew Bledsoe. A little bit yacked up.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then to do it, the confidence.
Yeah, yeah.
Like to get booed by that many people, it's like most people would crumble.
Of course.
Most people.
When planning for my recent trip to the French Riviera,
Whoopsie. Anyway, that was it. Surprising that Bert and Tom have not accepted they did so poorly. The evidence is obviously there. If you watch the reactions, most of the reactions online, people have been saying also Bert and Tom did the worst. I think I mentioned it myself. And I'm sure other YouTubers have probably spoken about it as well. I'm not the only one that's recognized it. I'm not the only one that has eyes. As you can tell, I'm kind of legally blind right now with these fucking eyes, these sunglasses I have at the moment. But yeah, they did poorly. They did really, really bad. I think mostly because of that PowerPoint presentation thing. I still don't get the reason why they had to perform as a duo. Like, it doesn't make any sense. They don't even tour together. I think that might be the first time they've ever probably done material together on the stage. So none of it made sense. But then when you think about it, it did make sense because that's why they went to promote this shitty vodka brand. So I think the main reason why they performed on stage together was to promote Port Osos and obviously this new show they've got coming up, or the individual specials coming up. That's all it was, because it didn't work. Like, this whole you could DJ back to back, but I don't think you could do jokes back to back. It didn't seem well. They weren't really, they didn't really have a good fucking chemistry on stage. Tom was doing okay, but looked like he was really scared, and they were using fucking memes and slides and words on the screen to get laughs. Fucking garbage. So I didn't enjoy it. I thought they did terribly, and it's funny to see them not accepting it. Also, just as an observation, look at the difference in color between Bert's face and his hand. Holy shit, bro. Look at how red his face is, and look at how pale his hands are. Being an alcoholic when you're white is annoying, isn't it? I think when you're alcoholic and you're black, you just have a puffy face, but people probably can't really tell unless they get really up close to you. But when you're white and you're an alcoholic, it's so much obvious, isn't it? You're all puffy, you have the bags, your head is red, your nose is inflamed, and your skin tone of your hands and your face is wildly different. Holy shit. RIP to all my Caucasian alcoholics out there. Maybe you have to,
That's so who fucking.
maybe if you're white and you want to be alcoholic, put on some blackface. That might work. That might help to even it out a bit. Put on some blackface, and then you might be able to get away with it. Then no one will notice. Maybe they might notice you have blackface, but at least they won't notice you're drunk. It's better for people to mistake you for a racist than to think you're an alcoholic. Words to live by from Agostino Zinga. Dick. Anyway, let's move on. By the way, look at this headline courtesy of the Fire and the Kids subreddit. Look at this post. Look at this fucking title. George Janko claims he was sexually harassed by Bobby Lee. I'm sorry, but if you let Bobby Lee sexually harass you, you probably deserve it.
I had a problem with Bobby Lee.
No, he knows
I
that.
had a problem with the way that Logan and you were kind of gassing him to keep doing. He started the episode putting his balls in my face. I let that one go. Then every two...
What? What? Somebody put their balls in your face without your permission and you let that one go. How does that work? Okay, he stuck his dick in my mouth while it was wide open. I let that shit go. What? That's aggressive. He didn't like slap your ass or like flick your nipple. He stuck his balls in your face and you let that go. Seems to me like you were undecided.
Never had a problem with Bobby Lee.
No, he knows
I
that.
had a problem with the way that Logan and you were kind of gassing him to keep doing. He started the episode putting his balls in my face. I let that one go. Then every 2 seconds he kept grabbing my dick.
I don't think...
How would you feel if a man that has his back completely towards you, that only turns around to grab your dick,
Right.
talk shit to your face?
So Bobby's the next who's that guy? Who's that white guy that was terrorizing loads of people in LA? Who's that white dude, the comedian? Is it Andy something? Is Bobby the Asian? What's that guy's name? Andy Dick. Is Bobby the Asian Andy Dick? He's out here fucking molesting male podcast hosts, male podcast fucking presenters, whatever.
And you can't smack or beat the living brakes off of this guy.
Why is George always talking about beating people up and not doing it? He said he would beat up Logan Paul for telling him to go. Oh, Logan Paul was like, "Where's your daddy at, bitch? Where's your daddy?" Right? That's what Logan Paul did to George Janko. He sung that Caribou song to him. Bitch, where's your daddy at? Where's your daddy? He said he'll beat up Logan. He said he's going to beat up Bobby Lee, but no one's been beaten up so far. It seems to me that this guy might be all gas, no action.
Because Logan makes me apologize to this man, or I don't have a job on Impulsive anymore.
Oh. It's safe to say Logan's one of those friends that I think he does that thing that a lot of like dickhead friends do, where they always micro remind you. No, they do these little micro actions or microaggressions to remind you who's boss. You know, sometimes when you have a friend and you're working for the friend, technically, they'd like to go out their way not to make it a boss and an employee situation. They want to make you feel comfortable and at ease. But I think Logan enjoys lording it over his friends, that he's the one in charge, that he's the main earner, that he's the Beyonce of the group, that he's the star. I think he enjoys that. So any chance that he gets, he will take it. So if that means telling him, apologize to him, jump, do a burpee, bark like a dog. You know what I mean? He'll do these little things to make you. So if you don't do it, I'm not going to pay you. And then you do it because you want to get paid, then he knows he's got you.
How fucking crazy is that? I said, Mike, this is all that happens. And you said, verbatim, you said, it's our fault for not telling you this, but me and Logan are really the ones who should be talking to the guests. You are really there for a boys only episode.
I'm not going to lie though. If I'm getting paid $7,000 a month to 7 to 31 grand a month to work 3 days a week or 3 days per month, I think they said, I don't mind being the fucking human ornament on the side of the fucking couch. You can tell me to shut the fuck up. If you're gonna pay me $7,000 to 31 grand to just sit there and be the comic relief or to be the fucking butt of the joke, I'll take it. If you want to pay me 31 grand a month to have Bobby Lee rub my dick from the outside of my pants, why not? I'm not gonna get hard anyway. I'm not gay. Unless he does it a particular way. I mean, you know, I'm not going to get off on it. What does it matter? It's just an inanimate object in my trousers anyway. I get cashed in and I go my separate ways.
So while I get sexually harassed, my other co-host is trying to fire me, and you're trying to leverage me to be quiet during other guests.
So Mike told him to just shut up and take the sexual assault, basically. It's like the sexual assault version of like sharp and dribble. Yeah, shut up and get molested. That's what Mike told him to do. I'm not going to lie. As much as I like George Janko and I want to believe him, he's crying a lot about this, isn't it? You've moved on. You've got your show now. You did the big Andrew Tate interview that got loads of views. Everyone kind of liked it. I didn't watch it, but everyone said it was a really good interview. You seem to be doing your own thing from an own point of view. Different direction. Seems to be going well. Why are you still talking about this? Let it go, man. You're a Christian man and shit. You couldn't be around those guys. That's true. Why are you still talking about it? Why are you bringing up all these? Why are you stirring up all these bad emotions? There's this anger, this rage, this jealousy. Just let it go. Let it fucking go. But they can't, because guess what? It makes the money. All the drama and all of this shit is probably a good way to promote your show anyway. So that's why they don't let it go. Because anytime you need a bit of a pop in your revenue numbers or engagement, you drop the fucking Jake Paul bomb. And because Logan Paul is legitimately incredibly unlikable across the board, it's easy to get people on your side. He didn't pay me enough. He made Bobby Lee give me a hand job. Shut up.
I'm guessing George gets life tips from that creep PBD.
Yeah, exactly. Of course. Brilliant observation, Theodore. Brilliant observation. You can tell PBD is definitely his mentor. You know how they say online, oh, he's been mentoring me. Like, mentor? What? Mentor? What, you text him on fucking, you DM him on Instagram and ask him whether or not you should be buying fucking GameStop fucking stocks or whether or not this NFT is good enough. That's your mentor. This whole mentorship thing as well is very odd. Go talk to your fucking dad, mentor. Go speak to your professor. I don't know. Mentor. These niggas out here just be needing a dad and be finding one on YouTube. Like, weird. But yeah, whatever. To be fair, you know what I think they should do? They should all get in the room, lock the door and just fight. That's it. They should get in a room with no windows, completely covered in black space and just fight. Mike, Logan, and this guy, George. Fuck it. Or Jake, whatever his fucking name. Logan. No, Jake's the other one. They should all get in the room and just fight out because I've had enough, man. Enough is enough. Now fucking Bobby Lee sexually assaulted you. Fucking you spent 10k a month to go to work at Impulsive. Then Logan pulls out the receipts and says, no, you actually made 300 grand for working 15 months, working 3 days per month. Like, fuck off. Fuck off, please, if you don't mind. But again, what do I know? Nothing. Continuing on, we got this post again from the Friday Kids subreddit. Looks like Brendan has deleted all of the Green Room Diaries and Jokes on Me videos from his YouTube channel, along with most of the crowd work videos. Bits and pieces remain on his TikTok and Facebook. Download them now before his historical comedy bits are lost forever. What's really interesting about this? Do you remember that one stream where I gathered up all the old clips of him doing Green Room Diaries? And I said, if you put them together, they could actually make a funnier special than Gringo Pappy, or you'd be surprised. I stand by that, by the way. I know these jokes weren't great and they're not funny, but I think these Green Room Diary materials that he did, or these bits, this little thing that he did where, oh, I'm going to go to a comedy club and write a joke in a green room and then perform it on stage and then record it and put it out there as like an alternative to crowd work. These bits were actually better than anything he put in Gringo Pappy. Anything he had in the fucking You'd Be Surprised. So I'm really confused why he didn't include them. But I guess because he already said them on social, he couldn't. But the premise, the way he, structured the joke, it actually felt like he was trying to be funny. Again, it wasn't funny, but at least he was trying on these particular jokes. Let's play this one.
I don't know the last time you guys went to SeaWorld, but I was recently there with my son. He's balls deep into fish right now.
I love that voice he has on stage. What's that voice? What's that voice all about? I don't know. What's that voice?
I don't know the last time you guys went to SeaWorld, but I was recently there with my son. He's balls deep into fish right now. He's on this weird fish hook. So I'm like, let's go to fucking SeaWorld, dude. So I get to the front, my son, it's been pandemic lockdown, so we haven't done a lot of stuff. So I want to like flex on the little dude, right? Papa works hard, I'm gonna fucking flex on this little dude. So I get to the front, I go, what's up, good to see you. I'll take 2 VIP tickets to SeaWorld. She goes, cool, $19. I'm like, No. I mean, like, I don't want to wait in line. Like, I want that, like, special treatment. You know what I'm saying? I was just at Disneyland. She goes, I heard you. $19. It's a good deal. Me and my son walk in the park. There is nobody there anymore. There's nobody there. My son's all, Papa, where's everybody? I'm like, I don't fucking know, dude. Let me figure it out. I find one of the workers at SeaWorld. I'm like, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Where the fuck is it?
What the fuck is that outfit, man? I have sympathy for Brendan because maybe deep down inside of me, I also have this idea that I'm twink shaped or twink sized, but I'm not. And maybe that's what Brendan has. Maybe in Brendan's head, he thinks he's twink sized. He thinks he has a 28 to 32 waist, right? He thinks his neck is like 13 inches or something, right? He thinks he can wear like a medium in a small t-shirt. So with that kind of particular body size and frame, you can wear certain things. But when you're a 6'3" dude, 250 pounds, you can't wear this. You just can't. It doesn't look good. Skinny jeans rolled up, no socks with Vans, this like elongated shirt thing with like a shirt under. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, what is that outfit that he's got on? Honestly. That's like a Boohoo Man, like fucking best of, innit? It's a, you know what it is? It's actually a very Newcastle fit. It's a very Liverpool fit. It's a very Manchester. It's a very Manny fit. It's a very Northern fit. That's probably his English side coming out of him here. He wouldn't look out of place on the strip somewhere here in London. What the fuck is that outfit? Legitimately, he looks like a long lost member of like, you remember that group? Was it 5? Or was it Steps? I think it was 5. Remember that boy band? Was it 5? Is that what they were called? Yeah, he looks like he was a long lost member of this fucking boy band called 5 back in the day. Do you remember fucking 5? That's what he fucking looks like. He looks like he'd be in one of these fucking groups, right? He's the big brute one though, right? There's always one that's like, there's one that's like kind of gay but not, one that's edgy, one that's dark and mysterious, one that's like a wigger, one that's like racially ambiguous. That's what Brendan will be. Brendan will be the racially ambiguous one in the group. You know? Is he Indian? Is he mixed race? Is he just light skinned? Is he albino? We don't know.
Everybody, man, he goes, come on, bro. Blackfish? What? The documentary on Netflix, they fucked us. It's not good, man. To be honest, though, I'm glad that fucking whale's gone, man. He was a real asshole.
Do you think he's using canned laughter in this? Is this canned laughter? Or is he just or do you think people are actually laughing at this shit? Do you think you could do like podcast jokes on stage and people would laugh at it? Oh yes, I was on Instagram and have you guys seen that video? It's like, can you do that stuff and people would laugh? It's like that meme with like the Spider-Man pointing at each other. Do people laugh at that sort of stuff on stage? They laugh at you saying what you saw on social media with words on stage. Hey guys, close your eyes. Cool. You know when you log into Instagram and you have a feed, right? Yeah, okay, cool. You know that Instagram account where like there's those guys that make food, but they make it look like everyday objects, right? Yeah. And like they cut it and you're wondering, oh my god, is it gonna be a cake or is it actually gonna be an inanimate object? Like, do people laugh at that sort of stuff? Is that like a thing? Can you actually make money and become famous by just repeating things that you see on social media and just describing it? What the fuck? What am I doing here? What am I doing here, whispering into a microphone at fucking 3 a.m. in the fucking morning when I should be on stage describing some shit I saw on Black Twitter? Oh yeah, guys, have you seen that thing about that black teacher in America who like was getting his hair unbraided by those elementary school girls? Yeah, I'd love to be him. Like, is that what people should be doing? What?
He goes, dude, he's so weird. He goes, he keeps looking over his shoulder. He goes, listen, you know me, bro. Never met the guy. He goes, you know me, bro. I think all fish matter, but I don't want that fucking whale.
Big up Josie. Yes, Rogan does this all the time. That's actually a good point. Rogan just takes some of his like talking points on the podcast and then just like screams them. Oh my God, man. Hey, man. What about weed? Oh my God, I was so high this one time. Right? I saw the Northern Lights. But it wasn't. It was just my daughter flying her drone in my massive mansion. Okay. Yo, big up, big up, big up, big up.
Amazing. 10 years of comedy and he still nose breathes into the mic. This guy has stage presence. We got a mountain lion problem, you all.
We got a mountain problem. Oh my God, man. I still can't believe he did that, man. Honestly, I can't believe he put that thing out, man. Oh, big of a side. I appreciate you, brother. Oh, fucking hell, my chest.
Dating my daughter, you feel me? Like, he is the killer whale shouldn't be in here.
So he somehow is wearing an elongated short sleeve shirt. I don't even know, where do you get that shirt? Where does one buy a short sleeve, or no, a quarter sleeved elongated shirt? But then how do you also find a shirt underneath that's nearly the same length as it? Because I get why you'd want to wear like an oversized shirt to kind of make it fit like a coat, like an overshirt kind of thing. But this is like a quarter sleeve, and it's also as long as the thing that's on the inside.
Anyways, man, he goes, look into it. All right, dude, I looked into it. He ain't lying. Killer whales suck, man. Dude, they're fucking savages. You ever look killer whales up? They're the Ted Bundys of the ocean. They kill everything. SeaWorld's a bummer, man. There's not a lot.
Wouldn't that be better to say that they're the Zodiac killer of the ocean? Because didn't the Zodiac killer kill everyone? What's a Ted Bundy? It wasn't Ted Bundy mostly like a sexual? Anyway, I don't know. Whatever. Let's not get into the specifics because this is all regarded.
A lot going on there. It's like a flea market and a petting zoo had a baby. It's just.
Look at that. What's that voice, by the way? What is that voice? Is that he's got an interesting voice, isn't it? And what is that, like almost zesty? What is that voice? Yeah, baby.
Not a lot going on there. It's like a flea market and a petting zoo had a baby.
Had a baby. What the fuck is that? So he doesn't want to put a cock in between his lips, but he wants to talk like somebody that would, to elicit some fun. Like he's really got like adolescent like sense of humor in it. To him, being gay is funny, like in a bad way, kind of, you know, like, oh yeah, being homosexual is actually a joke. Ha ha ha! Imagine, like, huh?
It's like a flea market and a petting zoo had a baby. It's just. I ate fish and chips there. I'm like, doesn't make sense. Isn't that weird?
It don't make sense. I love that. Don't make sense. Don't make sense.
It makes sense.
I love how the subtitles say this doesn't make sense, but he says don't make sense. The subtitles don't reflect what he actually said. You know, don't make sense.
This doesn't make sense. Like this is doesn't make sense.
Don't make sense.
Doesn't make sense. Isn't that weird? I had fish and chips, dude. This is insane, man. And then as we're walking out, I'm like, where the fuck is my son? And my son Tiger, he's holding a fucking live stingray. It's all wet and dripping. I'm like, what the fuck? He's all, Papa says it comes with a VIP pass.
Don't get me wrong, it's still terrible, but isn't that a better joke than anything that's in the fucking Gringo Pappy? Isn't that a better joke than fucking, you know, Mexican fucking cookies? Isn't that a better joke than we fit, mijo, we fit? Isn't that a better joke than I don't know, crop out the uglies? No? I think it's a better joke than all that shit. It's actually pretty good. I'm surprised you didn't include it in the special, honestly. Big episode. I didn't watch it. I was busy relapsing. I couldn't do it. Anyway, we got one more for the group. This is a way for us to sign off and to RIP the fucking Green Room Diaries saga, right? We have to watch one more. This is from his TikTok. One more, and I promise I won't hurt you again with it. One more. This one, the caption says, Green Room Diaries, wrote this an hour before I went on stage. Sorry to the Rudy fans or Ruddy fans. Joe Montana is not a fan. Trash Panda Tour this Thursday. Saturday tickets, thickboy.com. Hashtag comedy. Hashtag FYP. Hashtag stand up. Let's go.
Notre Dame fans? I get it. America's team. Alumni out of Notre Dame. Jesus Christ. Jerome Bettis, Rocket Ishmael, fucking who? Mike Golick, Tim Brown. Oh my God. But none bigger.
I thought he said none nigger. But that nigger. I thought he said, but that nigger.
None bigger than Daniel Rudiger. A.K. Rudy. I'm gonna break your heart right now for it, Wade. Joe Montana can't stand Daniel Rudiger. Call him a piece of shit. Any chance he gets, you put a mic in front of Joe Montana's face, he's all over the movie Rudy. He's like, that movie's bull. That kid barely worked. He was off sides. We're up by 21 points. Got a sack against the third string. Who gives a shit? The reason they carried him off the field was to make fun of him. Joe Montana played 15 years in the NFL. Multiple time regular season MVP, multiple time Super Bowl MVP, one of the top 5 to ever touch a pigskin. This guy has nothing. There's no feature film on him. And then this 4th string 5'7" white kid gets a sack, and Hollywood's like, that's our guy. We're gonna remake Rudy. Did you hear about this? With a transgender girl. It's gonna break all of Joe Montana's records. It's all rude.
Now, I'm not saying it's funny, but isn't that still better than the Gringo Pappy? I'm not saying it's amazing, but isn't that better than You'd Be Surprised? I didn't laugh once, but it's better than Bert. I love this new what do you call it? This new gauge of whether or not someone's funny or not. Did you do better than Bert and Tom on the Tom Brady roast? Are you funnier than Bert? Yes or no? That's the level. That's what we rate it on now. Oh my God. Anyway, that's it. Anyway, that's it. Let's go. We're not gonna click anything else because these girls, I'm not even logged. I don't even have a login for this shit, and I've already got fucking underage girls on my fucking thing. Like TikTok is just, no wonder they want to ban it, innit? Like, what the fuck is this? Who are these people? Why have I been recommended these 2 videos? What's going on? I don't even use this shit. And all I have is children all over here. Just children. Fucking hell. What's this? What's the comment saying? That's cool. Bryan lets you borrow his jeans. Hey, Schlob. That's a lovely nightgown. Also, did you say AKA AK Rudy? Little known fact, the anger comes from Montana being cut off the... Okay, cool. You can tell it was written last second. I'd argue to say that Dan Quinn is the greatest Notre Dame football player. When will it stop? Danny the Pumpkin 101. You'll be happy. It has stopped, my friend. It has stopped. This was good. Best bit ever. It's funny because it's true. Is it called a nonce or noise? Noise. I thought you called him a nonce. Nonce is a UK word for pedos. At least Bryan succeeded with Aaliyah. How are there no comments here? Thanks for the jokes. This is great. This is actually a great documentary series on Montana on Peacock. He got Skechers. Very funny. Was this supposed to be a joke? Story time at the comedy store, at the comedy club, huh? Story time. This is the story time. His best. Oh, you see, this is what I think everyone else is saying. This guy, Chase Mowry, his best material is still a 2. That's the main problem with Brendan, isn't it? His best material is still a 2. Damn. Joe Montana's not top 5. This guy's like the Rudy of comedy. He's just talking. Rudy wasn't 5'7". Haters gonna come at my boy. Growing up to Die Hard Montana. Got the whole squad laughing. Good set. Failed fighter turned failed comic. Bloody hell. Anyway, you get the gist. People didn't like it. People did not like it. People didn't like it. Big up the person that posted this on the Friday Naked sub. Twink gets dominated. When do you think this will end? When do you think Bryan will stop with this sense of humor? Will stop with this obsession? Like, what is this? You're a 60-year-old man. What is this thing with like men, bodies, and big? We get it. You feel insecure because you're a small, frail old man. But enough. He loves this stuff. Like, yeah, it's a man. Like body. Like, it's so tired. It's so tired. He's been doing this for like, as long as I've known of him on social media, he's been obsessed with this shit. He loves this shit. Like, isn't he bored of himself? That's what I'd think would happen. After a while, don't you get tired of yourself? Don't you exhaust yourself? Even a little bit. I don't know. It makes me angry. I'm not gonna lie. It makes me fucking angry because I'm actually fed up with it. He needs to move on. He needs to evolve. The more I see this sort of stuff, it almost makes me understand why he's never had a comedy special picked up by like a major platform or streaming platform or whatever. That Patrick CC pointed out. Of all the specials he's put out over the years, which is 4, he's never once had one on any streaming platform. Comedy Central, Amazon, Netflix, nothing. But it explains why. Because he's literally been doing the same jokes for 20... He's like Bobby Lee, kind of. That's probably why Bobby Lee doesn't put out specials. Because if he does put out a special, he'll be forced to write new material. And he doesn't want to write new material. He just wants to do the same act he's been doing. Which I can kind of understand, because I guess to give the comedians a bit of like bly, it must be annoying to try and write new material. Why can't you just go on stage and do your best hits? It's like Bert with the Machine Story, right? Bands can play their hit songs again and again and again. So why can't he tell the Machine Story again and again and again? Because it's guaranteed there'll be people in that crowd who have never heard of it. So there'll be, quote unquote, fresh eyes or fresh ears on that story. And it's also something that you've honed down over the years. It's beats and whatever. You can say it, with your eyes closed. So maybe there's a point to it, but I don't know. Like, I can think of a million other pictures like this that exist of Bryan Callen with some guy who's bigger, taller, stronger, and doing this whole like masculinity thing. It's like, ugh, I don't know. I'm tired. I'm bored. No more Bryan Callen, please. Enough. Can you please stop? Okay, you're not. Cool. I understand. Moving on, we got this post. This is a spicy one. Big up the Find the Kids subreddit guys are posting this. I need to actually buy this book, but allegedly Ronda Rousey has a new book out at the moment, and there's an excerpt in it that has a section about Brendan, or as she calls him, ex-boyfriend. He doesn't even get mentioned by name. So this is courtesy of the Fighting the Kids subreddit. And let's read the actual segment of where Ronda Rousey talks about Brendan. It says, Travis had been training with us for a while. Travis being Travis Brown, her now husband, who she started dating after Brendan. Travis had been training with us for a while when it was announced that his first fight as an official member of our team would be against my ex-boyfriend. My ex thrived on playing fucked up mind games with me when I had a fight coming up, and insisted that we hide that we were dating so he wouldn't be labeled as quote unquote Ronda Rousey's boyfriend. That sounds like Brendan, innit? Only Brendan would feel inadequate, would feel awkward, would feel less than, right, for being referred to as Ronda Rousey's boyfriend. Because at one point, Ronda Rousey was super famous. She was literally she was the first kind of UFC probably superstar, really, especially in the modern age, right? So you would imagine if you're Brendan, why wouldn't you lean into it? That you're Ronda Rousey's boyfriend. Why not lean into that and have some of that fame rub off on you? But Brendan wanted him to be equals. He wanted Brendan Schaub's name to ring, and he also wanted Ronda Rousey. He wanted his name to ring alongside hers. It's like, it's never going to happen. You're not as dominant as hers. You're not as champion. You're not a torchbearer. You're not a fucking, you're none of those things. So it was never going to happen. So just lean into the fact that you're a boyfriend. Use it to your own advantage and just keep it moving. Not with Brendan, though. It continues. As Travis headed into the matchup, I pretended it wasn't personal. I tried not to be overly involved or emotional. This wasn't my fight. I was hoping he'd win, but I was in training camp, so I didn't really think too much about it. That is until it was on live TV. And I lost my goddamn mind, screaming at the top of my lungs, "Get him, Travis!" while punching the arm of the person on the couch next to me. When Travis knocked him out at the end of the first round, I don't remember it. I remember it being very one-sided, by the way, the fight. I didn't remember him knocking him out in the first round. Fucking hell, Brendan got battered and bruised in the UFC, innit? Anyway, when Travis knocked him out at the end of the first round, I didn't think it could get any more gratifying. My ex covered up on the ground while Travis pounded away at him. Pause. The referee waved the match over. Then Travis, towering over the crumpled, semi-conscious body of my ex, leaned down and whispered something in his ear. His words were indiscernible to the cameras, but I swore I could hear Travis Brown's voice say, "Ronda says fuck you." Now, it's been disputed whether or not he said that. He did say something. I remember watching the fight live, and it was wild to see Brendan splayed out on his belly and Travis Brown just punching in the back of his head, and Brendan having no idea where he's at, kind of thing, and covering up. And I think Brendan actually, at the end of that Travis Brown fight, I think Brendan was actually pissed off with the ref. I think he was pissed the ref stopped it, because he said he was still communicating with the ref. Like, I remember him being annoyed actually when the ref stopped the fight. He thought he could still carry on. I was like, bro, you were on your belly like at the end of the first round. I think there was like 2 minutes to go or something. Like, there was a long time to go. There was no way you were getting up from there. Absolutely. But I do remember at the end, Travis Brown said something. It almost felt like Brendan was like, "I was just messing, man. It's just a fight. And Travis was like saying something else to him. Travis said something. I don't know if it was Ronda says fuck you, but he definitely didn't have nice words to say about him. But God almighty, mate. Everywhere Brendan goes, he leaves a bad impression. Even though Ronda Rousey is, doesn't seem like the easiest. She's not the most likable person in the world. Brendan seems to have a constant thing where everybody that runs into him, that doesn't make money off him, or who isn't trying to be his friend to suck up to Rogan, they don't have nice things to say about him. Think about it. Anybody that has nice things to say about Brendan is either getting paid by him or is his friend because he's friends with Rogan. I think Brendan would be in for a real shock if it ever came out. Like, imagine if him and Rogan, imagine if Brendan and Rogan had a real public falling out. I think Brendan will be shocked by the amount of people that dropped him or will stop answering his calls the moment it's known that Joe Rogan actually doesn't fuck with him anymore. He'd be really surprised, because I think he probably underestimates how many people put up with him because of the Rogan thing. And it's still true to this day. Look at Louis J. Gomez. Louis J. Gomez was getting absolutely no love from Rogan. Louis J. Gomez had what do you call it? The fucking whatever their fucking podcast is on. He had those guys on, as he had them on together. But then he would never have Louis J. Gomez on separately, because he was obviously dunking on Brendan a lot. Then the moment Louis J. Gomez made up with Brendan and he invited him to Skankfest, suddenly Louis J. Gomez gets invited to Rogan. So even though Brendan and Rogan aren't that close as they once were, it's still beneficial for you, if you're involved in the entertainment industry or you're involved in comedy, to be on Brendan's good side, because it could allow you to be, get invited to Rogan. Big up, big up.
Let's be honest, talking crap about her ex and getting beat up by her new BF after is embarrassing. As men, we can all admit how embarrassing that is.
Oh, 100%. 100%. To be fair, the UFC also did him dirty. This feels like that felt a bit vindictive from the UFC side of things. Maybe from Dana or somebody else, like, to match Brendan up with fucking Ronda Rousey's ex. Like, come on. Like, come on, man. That's not fair. You know what I mean? That is unfair. So, clearly, and it was a clear mismatch. Like, Travis Browne is, like, infinitely better than Brendan. And Travis Browne isn't even that good. You know, that's the really sad thing about Brendan's UFC career. Travis Browne ran through Brendan, but Travis Browne isn't even that good. And he made light work of Brendan, absolutely light work. So yeah, but it's the way he ended too. That's the embarrassing part. I think it would have been less embarrassing if he got knocked out straight away. But the fact that he had him spread out on his belly, nowhere to go, and just was pummeling him in the back of his head, that had to have hurt. That had to have hurt the ego. And of course, at the end, he said something bad to him, to his ear. Oh, I wish it was nowadays. We definitely would have been able to hear it. But fucking hell, that was super, super embarrassing. But I just love the idea that Brendan wasn't happy to be referred to as Ronda Rousey's boyfriend. Like, in what? Only Brendan, again, this is another sign of his delusion. Only Brendan could think that him and Ronda Rousey were of equal levels of fame. I'm sure he thought that. I'm sure there was a part of him that legitimately thought him and Brendan were like, sorry, that they were like equal, you know? There's nothing different about them. It's like, what? What? Like, I don't know. Playing your role is actually a good thing. Knowing that somebody's more famous than you and playing your role, especially as a partner, can actually help both of you. It actually is beneficial if you're able to kind of, step back when needed to step back. Talking about stepping back, look at this clip. Because the person uploaded this. Ronda Rousey's boyfriend. Look at this clip of them on the red carpet for some Maxim event back in the day. Look at this. Let's play it.
Just looking right here. Can you pick your head up to your face? There you go. There you go. Brittany Palmer.
Ronda for MMA, right? You see what happened there? The moment Ronda went by herself, the paparazzi started to scream her name more. They didn't really want to take a picture of them two together. It was kind of quiet, but they were afraid to tell Brendan to fuck off because he's an MMA fighter. I mean, he'll fucking break your face. But the moment Brendan stepped back, they all of a sudden got excited because they could get a clear shot of her. Listen again.
Just looking right here. Can you pick your head up to your face? There you go. There you go.
By the way, who's the baddie on the corner? Who's the baddie over there, eh? The fucking rubber titties are sitting.
Brittany Palmer. Remember, Rhonda. We start at the front.
Look how pissed he is. Look at that chin. You know that chin, innit? You know that chin. Look at that chin. He is not happy, innit? Come on, babe. Let's go. Come on, babe. Let's go. Come on, babe. Let's go. Let's go. Look at Brendan. Look at the chin. He's not happy. He keeps trying to get her to move, but she's in demand. She's a fucking star. They want pictures of her, bro. Get out of the way, man. Back off. Back down, man. Go and fucking check on the fucking car outside. Look at him. Look him in the corner. Look at the long face. You can tell she's not that girly, innit? Because they told her to get the side of the dress and she's flexing her calves. They're obviously telling her to give them the side profile, stick out the bum a little bit. But, you know, Ronda being the ultimate tomboy, she's flexing her calf muscles. What are you doing? They don't want your calf muscles. They want your fucking bum. You know what I mean? They want your side profile. They want a bit of a hot girl look, but she's too much of a tomboy. She can't handle it. She's like, look, guys, look at definition. Brendan keeps trying to get what you're meant to do, by the way, what you're meant to do as a partner, from what I've seen on these red carpet things, when you're dating somebody very popular who's more popular than you, especially if it's a woman, you're meant to get your picture in, and then you're meant to walk to the end when they're gonna go, where all the, you know, where all the fucking PR girls are and shit. You're meant to go to the end and then wait for them there. You're not meant to just like keep pushing them as they go down the fucking thing. You make them feel uncomfortable. Let them have their moment. Move out of the way. Stand at the end. Watch from afar. Then when they finish, you go in together. It's not that big of a deal. But Brendan was upset that he wasn't getting asked for a picture. You know what I mean? He was pissed. Like, pissed. Look at that face. Look at that. Sourpuss. Look at that. He looks like he's sucking on a lemon. He was sucking on a lemon. Look how angry he is. Oh, look at that look. Look at the look he gave to the person behind. Look at that. He's so mad. He's so pissed. He's sulking. Look at him. He's sulking. Young Papa sulking. Oh, fucking brilliant, man. And allegedly, I think there's another comment. I think somebody left on the Frantic sub that I think I think allegedly she's written 2 books or something. And I think in her first book she mentioned how Brendan didn't let her. Brendan didn't like that she wasn't. Brendan will try and make her too girly. He tried to make her wear dresses and all this sort of stuff. It's like, yeah, classic, isn't it? Classic. Instead of just loving somebody as they are and appreciating them for who they are, Brendan comes in and tries to change them. It's like, bro, if you want a girl that likes to wear dresses and, I don't know, makeup and get her boob done, then go, you know, date your wife that you're with now. You don't need to change somebody and how they are. But hey, what can you do? Big up Ronda, big up Brendan. They all landed where they're meant to land, innit? She got Travis, he got the fucking Mexican, so everything's all good. Everything's good. Last thing before you go on TFATK. Lock the diddler up. Have you guys seen this post? So do you remember that girl that I posted who was a teenager, who she looked like a teenager, but she could have been a bit older, who knows? But she made this post on TikTok where she was basically insinuating that Crystal Lee had kind of hit her up when she was really young. And obviously she did it to the tune of is it Not Like Us? I think Not Like Us from Kendrick Lamar. I think I might actually have it on my account here. Let me just double check. I'm sure some of you guys remember the girl that I'm talking about. The little young lady who looked like a lot of the alleged Crystal Lee accusers. So somebody posted a screenshot of some of her comments after the fact, and they are very dicey. So let me show you what I mean. So the video that we spoke about before was this particular one, right? Let me get it on the screen so you can see this one here.
Certified lover boys, certified pedophiles. Wop, 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 wop. That fuck 'em up. Wop, 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 wop. I'ma do my stuff. Why you trolling like a bitch? Ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor.
So on the caption it says, just thinking about the time I went to my first comedy show because the comedian that was grooming me had a ticket held for me at the Laugh Factory, and watching the sales lady face go blank when the freshly 18-year-old confidently said I had a ticket under Crystalia, and they had to comp me the 2 drinks minimum fee because I walked in with $3 to my name. So this girl is alleging that, you know, she might have been groomed by Crystalia allegedly. Now look at the comments on her particular post that somebody screenshotted and found in the kids subreddit. Look at these fucking comments. Insane, right? So again, we take it with a pinch of salt. This could just be trolls. We don't know. We have no evidence to say anything. But look at these comments. Leah, this happened to me. Jenna Colleen Living. I was in my 20s, but I had the most disturbing experience with him. He's a literal psychopath. Jess, Crystalia did the same thing to my friend who was 17 and was going to get her a hotel room and get backstage to his show. 100% believe you. It's just me, Jenny, too. I had the exact same situation, but with a different comedian in NYC. It's the season to put all these men on blast. Hudson Smith, LMAO, literally the same thing happened to me. Jesus Christ, bro. How many fucking victims does this guy have? Terry, I have similar stories. Jesus Christ, bro. What? Wait, this happened to me too. Jade something. Stradamus. How many fucking alleged victims is this? Kyra, I knew it was him, cause same. Molly Moha, Bahaha, welcome to the club, because same. Oh my God, hope you're okay. Sierra, we are a sisterhood. Manda, same girl, LOL. Hey twin, so inappropriate, I'm sorry. On a real note, let's all get lunch. Yo, how is, honestly, I don't like to do all this like race stuff because I think it's fucking lame. But if Crystalia was black and he did this, it's impossible that he's still out, isn't it? It's impossible. Just the allegations alone. Like, imagine, underage, barely legal, all over the country, branding, the cult thing, log cabin. Like, what? Fucking hell, bro. Leah, literally something so similar happened to my sister also with Crystalia. Same thing happened to my ex in college. Oh, same. He sent me dick pics when I was 17, says Abby. And last one, Sarah Donna. He was in my friend's Twitter DMs when I was in high school, and I'm quite a bit older than you. I cannot believe he's still at it. Yo. Can you imagine how long he was getting away with just dicking down college girls, high school girls, on some shh, don't tell your dad. Imagine how long he was doing it before the whole thing blew up. He must have been running through some colleges out here, innit? He must have been fucking running through LSU and all those 10 places, just going crazy. To be fair as well, you know, no, I'm not going to say that. I'll keep that to myself. I'll keep that to the Patreon. I don't want to get cancelled. Anyways, wild. Oh my God, bro. And the black thing as well, it's not like I'm trying to say, oh, I wish black people could get away with fucking kids. It's just more so like, there's just no way you would still be out here making YouTube videos and like and subscribe when you've got, I mean, it just wouldn't happen. No one would allow you to have, it just wouldn't happen. It's like, fucking hell, mate. Chris fucking D'Elia. And like I said, he's definitely got a type in it. He's definitely got a type. 100% has a type. Fucking hell. But I'm not gonna lie, her making this song is hilarious. Her making this TikTok is fucking funny though, as well, isn't it? No? A minor, like it's on some like Lolita thing. Like she's enjoying the havoc she's causing by being like, Belly, you want this, but I'm a minor. Like, it's like, what the fuck? I make a dick hard, but I'm a child. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, everybody's sick. Everybody needs to get locked up. She needs to get locked up. He needs to get locked up. Everyone needs to get locked up. What the fuck is going on here, man? What? Yeah, exactly, Uche. Big up Uche. FBI raided Diddy with a quickness. Exactly. Why ain't nobody raiding fucking Casa El fucking Shadow or wherever fucking D'Elia fucking lives? Do you know what I mean? God almighty. Why isn't anyone putting why isn't anyone putting D'Elia's fucking comatose blonde wife in handcuffs? You know what I mean? Come on, man. That'll wake her up a little bit, innit? Oh my God, what's happening? Chris, you promised you'd stop. So, yeah, whatever. Anyway, let's go. TFATK time, people. TFATK time. Don't cry, don't complain. It's going to be brutal. You know it is. But if we watch it together, we'll get through it, okay? Okay? Cool. TFATK time. Let's go. It's the fighter and the kid.
This is really the fighter and the kid.
Come on, baby.
You know what's funny, dude?
What's up, dude? It's Monday, pal.
It's Monday. And you know what? When you get to know...
Jesus Christ. Again, I know I keep mentioning it, but he's so small. It's like he's wearing his son's t-shirt. It's like the seat is hugging him. Look at him. He's such a small old man. Because as well, like they say the camera adds like 10 pounds on you, right? So you look a bit bigger also on camera or something. That's what they say. So he must look so frail in real life. It's like a small little man.
Somebody as well as I know you,
yeah.
I can always see when you're seething. I can always see when I can set you off with something, and then you'll just be sitting there. And
you
what
set
happens
little
is,
traps.
Yeah, your chin goes down, and I see a small vein right in the side of your neck is pulsing, starts to pulse with what I'd call the black flow of hatred. You understand?
If there's one thing that Bryan Callen knows how to do well, is suck Brendan's dick. He's a master of keeping this guy, like, he knows where his bread is buttered, and he just keeps giving, offering his body up as fucking sacrificial rye bread to spread that butter all over. He fucking makes an effort to make sure Brendan knows he's the boss and he's the employee. He always does this, uninvited, unencouraged, you know, without any sort of prompting, just glaze session. Like, yuck, have some pride, man.
The black flow.
Well, no, I mean,
heavy on black.
Well, you know, when I see black, I see red. The red flow of hatred.
Yeah.
The red flow.
Red's
when I see black, I call the police.
Better.
Red's
black
better.
flow, we're going down a weird road.
No, I see red, right?
Yeah, the black flow.
Although
of
you say
hatred
things
is
like, I'm going dark.
Dark, yeah.
Right? Oh, he goes dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like you...
ESPN, we get it. ESPN, we get it. You're not racist. We get it. We get it. Legendary. Brendan's a fucking legend.
You'd like the shoes I'm rocking today, man. Super dad
I like
vibe.
those. Defy.
Just
I like those a lot, actually. I want
you've
some.
been eyeing them.
Well, they look like they, you know, you could do some serious running in those.
I like myself a nice run.
You got to run. You got to hit midfoot, from what I understand. Midfoot. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, well, I'm getting to the age I got to put insoles in these bad boys.
Well, you got a lot of weight to cut. You got big.
I've always had to put insoles.
Big body.
In
You
shoes,
got a big body.
Yeah, these feel like those. What are they called? Hokas, Jen. You know what I'm talking about? Those Hawaiian. It's like usually you'll see like either like Ironman competitors wear them or super fat people. There's no in between.
Yeah.
It's like really really overweight, or they're winning the Ironman. There's no middle ground.
Yeah,
they're Hawaiian.
It's what are they called? The
Hokas, HOOKA.
Thick soles.
That's what I run in. Yeah,
really.
I think that's what Cam Hanes runs like in Death Valley. And they like hold.
I think
up.
Tulsi Gabbard was talking about those. Like she loves those.
Yeah, they're the.
They're the Rogan shoe of choice, isn't it? Rogan loves them because they give you 3 inches. But I think a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people within like the kind of like the fresh and fit adjacent world of like picking up women. It's become like a recommended shoe choice. Because I remember when the whole POA movement was resisted, they'd always tell guys to wear boots or Chelsea boots to give them extra lift. Now they're telling guys to buy like On running shoes or Hoka shoes and shit. Like, it's fucking hilarious.
Tim typed in hula. That's fine. No,
Hoka shoes.
Yes.
The hookah shoes where you can smoke weed.
Hold on. What did he type?
That's fine.
What?
Gabbard was talking.
No, I have to improve the thingy-majiggy. What did he write to search for that? What the fuck? I have to see this. What the fuck did he write?
I think that's what Cam Hanes runs like in Death Valley. They like hold
I think
up.
Tulsi Gabbard was talking about those. Like she loved.
Oh my God. He wrote, oh my God. I think Chin is more stupid than Brendan.
Yeah, they're the.
Look at Brendan's face. I think Chin is actually dumber than Brendan. I swear to God, I think Chin's dumber than Brendan. I swear on my life, I think Chin is actually dumber than Brendan. Chin wrote in the search bar, Hawaiian Hoka, as in like shoes, which obviously brought up. No way he wrote that for the Hoka shoes. Like, is he brain dead? Is he not alive? Does he not everyone wears these shoes? Why couldn't you put 2 and 2 together? Hawaiian Hoka shoes. Oh my God. Chin's actually stupid. I wouldn't be surprised if Chin legitimately didn't graduate college. Like, he's actually dumb. Like, probably can barely read. Maybe can't even spell as well. Like, there's issues there. Legit issues. Because what the fuck is that? Hawaiian hookah shoes. Wow. Look at Brian. Brian's concerned. Brian's like, oh my God. Oh my God. He's illiterate. Brian's like, oh my God, he's actually illiterate. And Brendan's laughing like, oh shit, finally, someone dumber than me. What? Fucking hell. Chin is actually stupid.
Chin typed in hula. That's fine. No,
HOKA.
Yes.
The hookah shoes where you can smoke weed out of them.
This one right?
Yeah, that's them, man.
Yeah.
You got it.
There you go, the hookah. Vibrant bloom.
Yeah.
You know who rocks those a lot is Jelly Roll.
Yeah. And they're super comfy?
Yeah, for running, they're great. Although I don't know if you're supposed to have that much.
Oh, look, they're all gender.
And they're expensive too. 170.
They're not giving them away.
No, 170. I would expect a good running shoe.
Hold on. Was Brian about to get on his like anti-woke thing by being annoyed that they've got a listing that says all gender on the shoes? Was he about to get into a fucking rant? Shut up, you idiot, man. We're not buying this horrendous flip-flop right-wing grift you're trying to spin. Oh, all genders. Shut up. Buy the shoes or don't, or make your own. We saw what toe holes did, didn't it? You fucking donut.
To cost that much.
170 is a little tough though, right?
Yeah, but I would expect, so if they were 100, I'd get nervous. I'd be like, well.
Ooh, 100's a sweet spot. 100, I'm like, that's a good shit.
But there's a psychology that they say. So like of certain businesses, they'll be like, charge more. When you charge more and more people, they think they're getting more value. So if I see something that's $10 or I see something that's now.
Hey, yo, big up, big up.
Watching entire TFATK episodes on here has given me clinical depression.
I'm sorry. Okay. We're gonna watch this anyway, but you guys have to tell me what you want. Would you rather I watch them myself and get clips of the funny things that happened, or would you rather we watch them together as a family? You have to let me know, okay? I wish I could do a fucking poll on here. Can I do a poll on my phone? No. I have to go on the computer and do it, don't I? What do you guys think, though? Just let me know with your replies. Watch it as a family, or do you want me to do or to clip my clips together? What should I do? In the future, we'll watch this, but in the future, let me know. I've got a couple of families here already. Clips, big up Griffin. At least it's not YURIY and house phone. Fair enough. A captain must go down with the ship. Exactly, Uche. Exactly. Oh. The Hectic channel, AZ actually likes it. No, I don't. You don't know me. No, I don't. Liar. We are cringe watching family. We the family Vin Diesel. Let's parasocially bond. Exactly. Okay, yeah, cool. If it does get too much and you hate it, just let me know. But it seems that everybody doesn't mind watching it. I know it's brutal. I keep giving you guys warnings. I know it's brutal. I don't try to like sugarcoat it and say it's going to be fun. It's not. But let's try and make the best out of it. All right? Cool.
Now, for Mother's Day, I bought my wife, I paid a pretty penny for I wanted to get her some sick arrangement. Like a sick arrangement.
Like flowers?
Hey, Brian, don't say sick again unless you're actually sick.
$250.
Such a waste of money.
Dude, hold on, listen. So I'm like,
died.
let me get this insane arrangement because I just want to honor her. I'm terrible with this stuff, as you know.
Yeah, honor's weird, but
I'm going to do this stuff and I'm going to give the
Don't
mother
say
of my
honor.
children.
She didn't pass away. It's just.
By the way, that's also an excuse. I'm terrible at this stuff, by the way. You're 60 years old. You're in your second marriage. You should be the best partner ever. You should have learned from your mistakes or from what went wrong or whatever in the first marriage and do it right. You should be, that should be your new love language. Like, how can I make my partner happy? You're also 60. There is no, oh, you know how I am. No, that doesn't exist. Like, come on.
Well, you honor her, celebrate her motherhood, right? So I go and pick them up. I'm not even going to have them delivered. I'm going to pick them up and walk into the door with them. And they were terrible.
Oh,
like,
bad?
Bad. I mean, and I'm like, they're browning on the edge. I'm like, hey.
Like roses or what?
Yeah, dude, roses and different things and different flowers and small roses and different
Yo, big up Pity. No, I don't think he's promoting toe holds. I just think he's just got some left over. That's it. He just wears like I fucking hate the sandals to the podcast, by the way. If you've got time enough to put on a t-shirt and some skinny jeans, you should be able to put on some shoes. I'm sorry. It doesn't make any sense. If you're gonna wear sandals, wear some shorts. But the fact that you put on jeans to wear your sandals to drive your Tesla to fucking podcast, like, please push. I want to push out of a moving car. But I don't think he's still working with toe holds. I think he just has some pairs left over.
Roses.
Oh, no.
And then you got some of the weeping, and I'm like, and it's in a cardboard box. Fuck off. Like, I was like, and when she gave it to me, the woman was like, I made it myself. And I was like, you know me, I'm like, I don't want to hurt.
Yeah, exactly. Big up young old vibes. I hate the jeans too. The jeans remind me of like, like when your dad is off work on a weekend. That's what it is. It's like dad off work. It's like dad being smart casual. or dad, you know, running errands. Like, dad, put some effort. Like, come on, bro.
Your feelings. Oh, this is great.
Thank you.
And then I'm steaming. Then I got that vein. That same thing. I get that notion, and it just starts building. By the time I walk in the house, I'm like, these things fucking suck.
Have you never used this flower lady?
And they had good reviews.
Flower lady.
So then, how about this? I give her them, and I'm apologizing basically. And even she was like, "Yeah, they look like they're. Oh, how much did you pay?" I go, "Too much."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Don't spend that much." I'm like, "Don't worry about it. I wrote you a nice card. Here you go." And I finally call the woman. She goes, "Well, those are garden roses, and they're very expensive, and that's how they are. Don't worry." Oh, are they? Are they browning on the edges?
Give me the heads up, lady.
Did you put them in a microwave?
It sounds like she's lying.
I said they look tired. These roses look tired. Okay.
Oh, dude, flowers are tough.
But bro, I go to Trader Joe's.
Popping.
The nicest popping flowers.
$40 popping.
Bubba, $10.
Dude, I like a nice.
$10.
You know my favorite flower? Not be gay. My favorite flower?
Wait.
I like a nice sunflower.
Thank you, dude. Come on.
God, they're magical.
Sunflower.
God, I like a nice sunflower.
Of course you do. You're a fucking normie, basic bitch. Of course the flower you love the best is a sunflower. You're probably the only one you can still draw.
Yes.
I don't get why bitches love roses. A nice sunflower?
So sunflowers are my wife's favorite flower.
Oh.
Sunflowers.
And they're cheap.
They brighten the whole room.
They're the Toyota Camrys of flowers.
They are the hidden gem.
Reliable.
In the flower world.
Good looking.
If I could wear a sunflower in my hair, I would, but I don't have the hair.
A nice sundress and some sunflowers and my cock hanging out the front?
What? That's when you know you got thick hair. If you can hold a sunflower in your hair, and you got hair like yours. If you got
so heavy.
You got a horse
They're
tail.
so dense.
That's when you got dense hair.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Chin. Sunflower seeds come out of sunflowers.
That's right, buddy.
Facts?
I think so.
Another reason to like them.
Another reason to like them, because sunflower seeds are so good for you. So are pumpkin seeds.
See, I like it.
Oh yeah, by the way, there's a new video actually. I need to show you guys actually. Sorry. I saw this new video when I was searching YouTube. Brendan's got a new sponsor. It's some I think it's the people that make the nicotine pouches. I think they're called like Buffalo or something. I watched it earlier. It had like 200 views. I was like, oof. But let's see if I can find it. Let me go my history so you don't see all the fucking YouTube porn I watch on here. Bear with me a second. Buppity. It's like a buffalo thing. What's it called again? Have I got it up on here? Bish bash bosh. There we go. Black Buffalo. Yeah. There we. Oh, it's always got 4.2 thousand views now. Shit. When I watched it last, it had like 200 views. Okay, cool. Let's play this quickly. I'll show you this. Have you guys seen this? Hold on. It's called the Black Buffalo Way with Brendan Schaub, fighter at heart trailer. It's funny because this might be the first bit of material or content I've seen from Brendan where it's pretty clear he's definitely quit stand-up, because he doesn't mention comedy once in, like, you know, he's like, oh, I'm a badass, I do all these things, you know? It's all cars and like podcasting and shit, but there's nothing about stand-up in this video. Let's play it. Hopefully it works. Bear with me a second. Come on, son. Okay, let's refresh. One sec. Look at that head. Look at that head of his.
I've always been a fighter at heart.
Who is?
I stand on what I believe in. As long as you're true to yourself, you're gonna be all right.
Buffalo. Yeah, there's nothing about stand-up. All cars, podcasting and shit. By the way, that guy who's helped him in the garage, how short was he? Fucking hell, bro. That guy makes Joe Rogan look like a giant. Who the hell is this guy?
Be all right.
Wow, he's tiny, bro. Where is he? This guy. Look at that. Look at him. He's like a shrunken dude. The cars around him are really nice, but
gonna be all right.
Oh, I love this being a gearhead, right? Being into cars is just looking under the hood. But I also like this scene as well. There's a scene here. Actually, let me play it from the beginning again.
I've always been a fighter at heart.
By the way, so I'm surprised to see him. He actually cycles now. So it seems like he actually bought a pedal bike. Brendan actually cycles a regular pedal bike that isn't an e-bike. You know, it looks like a regular pedal bike. It could be an e-bike still, but, you know, cool. That's good. That's good to see. At least he's not trying to pretend he's cycling miles. Because the thing is annoying me with the e-bike thing. He was acting as if he was cycling miles and miles on that e-bike. You know, you're not. You're just, you know, fucking twisting the throttle like a fucking moped. That's not the same thing.
I stand on what I believe.
So the little spud when he comes into the room is fucking hilarious. The boys. By the way, no Chin. Why didn't Chin spud him? Why did he get replaced by this white guy?
I believe in.
Oh, there's Chin. They got Chin there. There's Chin. We got to see the back of Chin sitting down. Maybe Chin didn't want to get involved. We see there's Chin there, and there's the other white guy. And there's Brendan. I don't know what he's doing because he doesn't really do anything, but I guess he's checking over stuff. Going to the garage. Oh, there you go. There's the Raptor. Is it right? What's it called again? The Dodge, right? I've forgot the car. Oh, that is that the man cave. So he does have the fish still. The fish still do exist. He does have his little fishes still. That's the man cave. No kids in sight, no wife. He almost looks like he's living a bachelor life, isn't it? Where are the where are the children? Where are the children? Where are the children? That's what I'm wondering. Where are the children?
As long as you're true to yourself, you're gonna be all right.
But I could imagine this brand must pay a lot in it. Imagine a nicotine pouch company. Maybe his whole empire has been held up by these type of sponsors. They must pay well. They must pay like, it's like those Zins and those things. They must pay super fucking well. Really, 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 really well. But yeah, let's see what the comments are saying. If people describe it. Oh no, just got the views there, but no comments so far. Cool. Let's move on. Let's move back to the fucking TFATK. Oh, and actually, look at that table. Look how many of the, is that how they advertise as well? Isn't that weird? You sponsor somebody to do your fucking, you know, your nicotine pouch thing, and then they just put it up in a pile on the table to the side of where they're sitting. Is that all you have to do? That's you, like, you know, delivering on your agreement to promote the brand. You just put them on a pile. You can't even see what they are. Like, God almighty.
A nice sunflower. The problem is when you get a sunflower for your lady, they basically, you might as well got them a gift from the 99-cent shop. They don't appreciate it.
No.
Now,
right.
if it was up to me, if I was like some baller and there's some florist every Friday comes to the house, dude, sunflower this bitch up, daddy.
Yes. I asked a friend of mine what she's up to. I hadn't talked to her in a long time. She goes, well, my passion is flower arrangement. And I thought, all right.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what to say about
Hopefully
that.
she's well off financially. Otherwise things aren't going well.
Yeah. It's not a lot of, I don't know how you advertise that. You guys want a beautiful flower arrangement? Okay.
Dude, it's tough for me with like birthdays, especially, well, Mother's Day, not so much, but especially birthdays, because my wife's friends, all the
Mother Day so much because he hates his mom.
Make more money than I do. And they all know the top flower. The flower arrangements they send, I can't compete, dude.
Well,
they'll come and it'll be this thing, a vase.
You know what that is?
Just flowers.
That's
I know how much they are. Yeah. Just flowers. And I'm like, oh, what am I?
Look at these guys now. They've all transformed into wife guys. All you gotta do is get cancelled, lose your career, quit comedy, and now these guys are like wife guys. My wife. When have you ever heard these guys talk about their partners like this so much on the pod? They never would. It'd always be about big dick bandits, lame pipes, smashing this, googling some picture of some hot girl on the internet, and then drooling over her on Google Images. Now all of a sudden, it's fucking wife and family talk. My wife, my this, my that. Look at these fucking, disgusting.
What am I gonna do? You fucked me.
You fucked me. When you did it's so funny. I made the mistake of asking my billionaire friend, like, if he knew a good florist, and
By the way, whenever he says this stuff, he's lying. Especially as he's looking for approval from Chin and Sanaz in the back. The story isn't true. Oh yeah, your billionaire friend. Oh yeah, you asked about flower arrangements. Yeah. True.
Different tax bracket, Bubba.
He had his people reach out to me, and they said, try this place. They sent me all the links. Well, yeah.
No, we're Costco.
I can't spend $1,000 on an arrangement like that, dude, or $1,500.
Like if you talk to your $1 or $1 billion friend and he goes, where do you get your meat? And you go, Costco. He's gonna laugh you out of his fucking house.
Correct.
But I like that meat.
I can't buy you a field of roses. I can't buy you a field of roses that I can. I don't have that.
I don't get what the problem with sunflowers. Do you, Sanaz, you like sunflowers?
Yeah, they're pretty.
Oh, you see that?
That's the energy.
See that?
I don't get the problem.
You
with
can't
them.
have that energy. Yeah, they're pretty. Yeah, listen.
Why don't people fuck with sunflowers? Because they're not like romantic, I guess.
They're amazing.
Ask Chin what flowers he puts on the graves of the women that he kills, allegedly.
Amazing.
I mean, the color is like really
yellow.
It's
brown.
Yellow.
It's like a little petal with a big center.
Yeah, I like that. It's like a nipple.
I like my favorite flower is like a blue thistle though, which is
It's little petal with a big center is like having
nipple.
huge balls with a small dick. That's kind of what it's
Or
like.
is it like having a small nipple and I'm sorry, a small tit and a big nipple?
Boy, that's
like a pepperoni nipple.
Yeah, that's an issue. I've had that in my past.
It's disgusting.
Well, I don't want to be mean.
Fix that immediately.
But
there's doctors for that.
There are situations.
Excuse me, ma'am. You have salami on your fucking chest, right?
I have. I remember being in high school where the girl had. I was like, that's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
60-year-old man talking about high school. That should be a red flag, isn't it? If your friend is over 50 and he's reminiscing about high school, maybe you should be put on the list.
High school.
I actually didn't understand what was going on. I was like, oof, wow. All right, well, okay. Yeah, it's just a very thing. I don't want to be mean.
Your dick goes, check, please.
I don't want to be mean.
Your dick goes, but my time's up.
But I suppose it'd be like, listen, I got good news and bad news. But good news is I got impossibly large balls, which means I can get you pregnant. Bad news is you're gonna feel like you're getting poked, not fucked. Like I got
the sunflower. The sunflower is kind of the little dick of flowers. I've never heard a woman who loves sunflowers. I don't get it. Maybe it's for the dudes.
I love that it's trying to subtly ask Sanaz if she likes big dicks or small dicks. Lovely. Let's link flowers to penises. Nice. Let's link flowers to erections. Classy.
Maybe it's for the bros. You know what? Is this gay? Maybe we start getting each other sunflowers.
I would buy you sunflowers. I would buy you sunflowers.
Is there
my
anything
small
gay?
petals and my big face.
Is there anything gay?
So gay.
If you got me just,
if
hey,
I
bro.
showed up.
No, but what if you did her like this? I don't think it's gay if you do this. Hey, bro, I know you like these. Just do whatever you want with them.
Yeah.
And I go, I better give him
Okay,
water,
so
man.
offer me.
Yeah, maybe it's kind of gay though, like putting the flowers, touching his leg while you're giving the flowers. Maybe that's kind of gay. But that's Brendan's comedy, isn't it? He's one of those type of people that thinks like touching you and shaking you around is funny. It's like, you're not in the locker room anymore, brother. Like, get your hands off me, please.
I better get him in water.
This is what I would do. Offer me sunflowers. Watch this. All right, hold on. Just give me some sunflowers.
You ready?
Yeah.
This rain can be my sunflowers. They do. I know I know it's stupid. They look good. They're cheap. They're at Air One. Here's some sunflowers. Do what you want.
You got me sunflowers?
Yeah, it's not a big deal. Don't
bought
be
these for
weird.
me?
And don't be weird, man. Just
You got these for me.
get them in water.
Oh, dude, you bought me sunflowers?
These are good.
Can I ask you a huge question? Can I ask you a really important question?
Yes.
Do these sunflowers come with instructions on how to work the balls when you're...
See, I would take that though. Yeah, I'd take that.
I'd be making fun of you, right?
But
then I'd be like, that's
you'd
really
go
nice.
put them in water and shut your fucking mouth.
I would put them
then
in
post
water.
on the gram like, oh, look at these flowers.
I'd be like, look what my boyfriend, my friend, Brendan Schaub got me. Yeah.
I feel like in 2024, it's acceptable to give your friend flowers.
Yeah.
They're
maybe.
trying to make it that acceptable.
Did you see Megyn Kelly on, she goes, I feel so sorry for
Thank God they changed the subject. Thank God.
women now with the way boys are, the way they act so sensitive and they're just like kumbaya and they're all soft and there's no real men and we're going to have a major population problem because boys are being taught to be super
in their feelings and shit.
Yeah, but you know what? I think there's a
What's this? The fighter and the crowder? What the fuck is this? What is this fucking pivot? What about the men? What about the boys? They're not strong enough. They're not making their beds. They're not fucking whores. Or leaving their children at home with the wives and going outside. Like, what is this?
There's a backlash to that. There's a lot of, that's why a lot of guys maybe are training MMA and a lot of guys are like, I'm hunting.
Yeah, sure. That's why, isn't it? It's definitely that. Not because it's a very popular sport and it's quite fun and it's cool to fucking whatever. No, it's because they want to be real men. Yeah, true. True.
And there's like a revolt to that.
Yeah, I think so.
I think the majority of guys that don't subscribe to that, they're not even seeing that. They don't even notice it. Like they're doing, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They're shooting deers and they're out in the fucking forest.
Doing their thing.
Fixing trucks and shit.
I think so. Maybe it's college. By the time
You don't fix trucks, though. You get someone else to fix them for you. So what does that make you?
they're done with 4 years of college, they're wearing a dress.
It's college, but then if you look at the high school statistics, like high school and like middle school kids, they're like super right. So it's like college is all woke, and then the high school is like, no, we're
They just
not.
did a poll about
so
that.
it's like, they did a poll. So it's like it's coming back the other way.
So
but you need a balance of both.
They just did.
So what? There's a huge population of kids in high schools that are conservative. All right, cool. Like, what are these statistics? Are they like kids? Maybe America's different, but what you're trying to tell me? There's like in high school, there's kids that are like actively getting into politics. Politics is probably one of those things you get into when you're in college more so to make yourself different. But in high school, why do you give a fuck about politics in high school?
Did a poll. If Biden and Trump had an election today, Trump would beat Biden by something like almost like 90 electoral college votes. And
they say Biden would need twice as many fake mail-in ballots this time.
But also Hispanic people and other minorities, especially black people,
They
are
don't mess
voting.
with it.
They're
Trump.
voting for Trump.
Oh, yeah.
They're skewing toward Trump
Yeah.
a lot more. So it's interesting. But
Brian, let's take a little break, pal.
Take a little break.
Because I know you see me around town.
Nope, not happening. They got an electric bike. They got an electric e-bike.
The best.
Fuck you know.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
you and I are not.
Just makes him human.
It makes him human.
Because when you
And
see
he is
clips, like whether it's podcasting, stand up, when you just see clips, you can come to a quick judgment.
That's right.
But then when you hear him in like a long form interview, whether it's an hour,
Sounds
2
like
hours,
a regular guy, man.
like, all right, I get it.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing about, I guess maybe when you hear somebody for an hour or 2 hours, they can't help but sound human. They're way more complicated.
If they're a normal human being and not a narcissist.
So do you know what I liked about Biden? The one thing that I really appreciated about Biden was that for, I think, something like 22 years in a row or longer, he was the poorest senator in office, so he never took advantage of any of the Nancy Pelosi. Like part of it is, yes, her husband is a real estate guy.
No, we got to fast forward this. We don't care about Brian talking about fucking politics.
With her, or her husband's was something like 25%, 30%, 40%, 65%. That's unheard of.
All of it,
Makes no
politics
sense.
gonna politics.
And yeah, but Biden. Let me see this. To back up Biden's first claim that he entered as one of the poorest men in Congress.
Oh, shut up, Brian Callen.
And it's insane.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, normal human, but you're terrible at your job.
Right. There you go.
I like people that are bad at their job. That's all good.
That's fair, yeah.
I like people that are really bad at their job.
Because you made
These are awful.
Hold on. You made millions doing it. Of course. Hold on. Let's go back to this again. Brendan's saying he likes people that are bad at their jobs. Of course, because you're the poster child for it. You're terrible at everything that you do, yet you've made millions doing it. Of course you would identify with people who are bad at their jobs. Of course you identify with them.
Politician, but also like when it comes to Biden, like, yeah, listen, that interview, whatever, made him more human. All right, maybe he's not this evil demon we think. What he's doing with our borders, I don't give a fuck, dude. Like, he's making it so dangerous for the American, it's insane.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, normal human, but you're terrible at your job.
Right. There you go.
I like people that are bad at their job. That's all good.
That's fair, yeah.
I like people that are really bad at their job. He's an awful, worst president we've ever had. All good. I don't want him to die. I don't.
Worst president you've ever had. Why? Because of COVID. Like what? Worst president you ever had? Of all the presidents. He probably couldn't name 5, to be fair. So, you know.
Hate him, but we got to get you out of there, dude. And I'm not saying it has to be a far right guy. I'm just saying we got to get you out. You're compromised.
Well, if you want an 86-year-old, by the time
it's insane.
The next, go ahead.
Dude, you know what's this weekend? I thought it was in June.
Did he use the word compromise, by the way? Is he keeping an eye on the Drake and Kendrick beef, yeah?
It has to be a far right guy. I'm just saying we got to get you out. You're compromised.
Well, if you want an 86-year-old.
Doesn't even make sense in relation to Biden, to be fair. But he used the word anyway because, he wanted to use it.
By the time
it's insane.
The next, go ahead.
Dude, you know what's this weekend? I thought it was in June.
What?
Usyk Fury. Fuck your politics.
Is that this weekend?
That's this weekend, dude.
I'm here this weekend. Next weekend, I'm at the Dania Improv. And then June 7th, I'm at the Liberty Township in Cincinnati doing stand-up. So get in there. Dania Improv, May 24, 25, 26. And then Zany's Nashville, June 14, 15, 16. I'm going to I just got the Liberty Township in Cincinnati, June 7th, one show.
That's all right.
All right. June 7th, that's Friday. Okay, now hold on. Go back to this. This weekend, what are you doing for it? Because that's it.
The way they sell their tickets, or the way he pushes, they must really struggle to sell tickets, innit? Like the way he's always shilling for his fucking. This is definitely shilling. I remember somebody said to me the other day on my comments, like, I was shilling my Patreon. It's like, bruh, that's a clip from the. Anyway, whatever. But the excessive plugging of the dates is like not probably a good sign. It's going to be a good time.
An exciting fight.
So it starts at 3:30 our time.
Wow, Saturday.
I have to be at Monster Jam at 6 o'clock at the Crypto Center.
So does the undercard start at 3:30 or
no?
or
The main
fight?
card. The undercard's trash. You don't care about that.
Is that on DAZN? Where is it on? Because I have that app.
You'll be, but no, you won't have to buy it through the app. You'll be able to purchase it regular pay-per-view if you have Dish or whatever. That's what I do.
I can't wait. I'm saying Usyk.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are. I think a lot of the Usyk love also is coming from is you're judging Tyson off his performance with Francis, and I think you're doing him a disservice. I don't think he took it serious. I think it's the worst version of Fury we've ever seen, and I think even Usyk knows this. I bet you, I would bet any amount of money, Usyk is his team's not even watching that fight. Because that version's not showing up.
And maybe,
you're getting the best version of Tyson, and that was the version that beat Klitschko, Wilder twice. Like that version you're going to get, and that's a tough test for Usyk.
But having also said that, the Tyson Francis Ngannou fight, you don't know what kind of shenanigans were going on to keep that fight going. it's also possible that maybe Tyson Fury had an incentive to keep that fight going. I'm not saying, but I'm saying.
But to your point, though, either way, you wouldn't base the performance you're going to get from Fury Saturday off that fight. Whether there were shenanigans, whether whatever happened, we know that's not the best version of Tyson.
We know.
We know this for a fact.
Correct.
That's a fact.
Correct.
So you're not even going to watch that tape to get ready for this fight.
No.
You're going, all right, forget that. Okay. You're going before that fight. You're going the Wilder fights. You know, you're going to do that.
That's exactly right.
So with that being said, like stylistic.
By the way, I wonder what's changed, because for a long time, Brendan hated talking about fighting on Fighting the Kid because he felt like Brendan was beneath him and wasn't knowledgeable enough. I wonder what's happened for him to be like open to having like long conversations about this stuff with somebody that he didn't really respect his opinion of. I wonder what. I wonder what changed.
The way these guys fight, I don't think there's any knockdowns. If there is, it's probably a Fury knockdown.
Excellent boxers.
Amazing. The best we have.
Skill wise, that's the best two boxers. It's certainly heavyweight.
At heavyweight, yes.
Yeah.
Are they a Canelo or
Usyk might be. I mean, you could say Usyk skill wise.
Not the lighter weights. The lighter weights, it's just the way it goes.
Yeah, but do you think that Usyk,
like you wouldn't say John Jones, even though he's the best of all time, you wouldn't say he has more skill than a Mighty Mouse.
No. But I do.
That's
think
same with him.
Like
who's the number one pound for pound in a way?
Yeah, in a way, it's ridiculous.
No, like his skill set compared to these two.
That's so ridiculous.
You're talking about different sports. Almost.
Yeah, but here's my caveat to that too. I would say if you looked at Bivol, if you looked at who's a very, very good boxer, like an excellent boxer, but also very just very orthodox, really beautiful technique. You look at, even for that matter, really actually Canelo as great. He's greatness, right? But I do think in terms of like being an educated boxer, I think you could say, and understanding how to set traps,
like IQ, like boxing IQ. Yeah, they're up there. But as far as like skill set, I mean, again, as far as heavyweights go, yeah, the best. As far as their skill goes, those are the two best. Also, Usyk isn't a natural heavyweight. No. He's a cruiserweight.
Correct.
Competing at heavyweight, and he's fighting a guy who's 6'8" to 6'9", and he's going to come in about 267 pounds. So he's going to have 47-pound advantage on minimum.
Yikes.
That's an issue. And also, it's not that you're just fighting the bigger guy. The bigger guy can fucking box.
Yeah, true.
And he has no weaknesses.
Yeah.
He can fight off his back foot. He can counterpunch. He can jab. He can pressure. He has knockout power at that size. Has great head movement. Usyk has the best head movement. That being said, when you look at this fight, it goes to decision. It's not going to be that exciting. If you do have an eye for boxing, you're going to love it because it's a chess match. But if you're just a casual and you want like exciting fights and rounds, this ain't it. You're going to get a decision of the highest level of boxing. It goes decision. It's going to be super controversial. I
wonder why he's hating so much. Didn't he say Tyson Fury is one of his favorite fighters? Or does he hate Usyk because he didn't want to appear on, maybe Food Truck Diaries one time? I wonder why he's so negative against this fight.
The Sheik or the Saudis already said there's a rematch in October. Weird to come out with that already. So I think it's going to be super controversial to set up the rematch in October.
That's interesting.
And then I think you get Usyk, Fury twice, and then you get Fury, Anthony Joshua once or twice, and then Fury retires. I think you have 3 to 4 more times to watch.
Is Benavidez fighting Bivol? That's what I want to know. Is that going to happen? It's not going to happen.
No, not next.
Damn. Because somebody's got to take Bierbev's place.
What?
Right? Ooh. Look, O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Oh, no. Yo, how many adverts?
The right battery for your vehicle.
Oh my God, bro! Hard baked ads. How many have we gone for already? 4, and it's not even half an hour yet. Fucking hell!
Okay, you need windshield wipers. You need a brake light fixed. You need a quick service to help you find the right part or point you to.
Enough.
Yeah, they say that Canelo Alvarez does not want David Benavidez. Monster.
I don't even think it's that. I think for Canelo, it's just like David Benavidez.
Likes to be tested, right?
100%. That's why he went up in weight. Like he's fought scary guys before and beat them or lost to them. So I don't think it's a fair thing. I think it's a money thing. I think they look at the numbers. His marketing team looks at it and goes, David Benavidez, although big in our world in boxing, outside that, you're going to get paid the exact same whether you fight David Benavidez or the last dude.
That's
you fought.
100%.
And
what I
Canelo
think it
goes,
is.
all right, then why would I do that?
100%.
I have a much higher chance of losing.
Correct.
He's a tough fight.
Yeah.
Can I beat him? Of course.
Yeah. But nobody outside of boxing knows David.
No,
Benavidez.
not at all. So Canelo's team's going, why?
I agree.
Like,
100%.
and people are like, oh, he's just waiting until he gets older. Or he's waiting until he gets more of a fan base. There's that. People go, oh, Canelo, you're scared of him. Canelo's like,
He's
I'm not
not
scared of
afraid of
anybody.
anybody.
No, that's such a stupid narrative.
So disrespectful. It's amazing how disrespectful people are. Like, shut up. You know.
But then also, and then people are making fun of Canelo because he's like, I need 200.
It's better again.
But I'm like, shut up.
You're my girlfriend now.
But then also, and then people are making fun of Canelo because he's like, I need 200 million to fight David Benavidez. People are like, oh, that's ridiculous. No, dude. Like, pay me 200 million because if I were to fight, insert huge name, well-known name, insert Terrence Crawford, I'd probably make a shit ton of money.
I was gonna say.
Benavidez is a really tough fight. Nobody knows him, so give me the guarantee as if I were to fight a bigger name. That's all I'm saying. As a business move, that's all he's saying.
Terrence Crawford, who's much smaller than Canelo, I'm so intrigued by that.
Good fight, yeah.
I'm so intrigued by that. I don't know if that would happen.
I know what's happening is Usyk and Fury. There's 8 titles on the line this Saturday. They're also each making a guaranteed $60 million.
Is that true? That's so much money.
Because you know this fight was never going to come to fruition, and then the Saudis go, "Oh well, we print our own money."
Yeah.
Here, you like money? Here's 60.
Saudis are stepping
Do
up.
you like money? Here's 60. Will you guys fight each other? They're like, yeah, we'll do it for 60 million. Okay, do it.
Ha! Step out of your divisions. Enough of this nonsense.
And like people,
they might become the ones, you know.
Oh, they're coming to LA. Dude.
Go back to
Saudis are coming to LA. They put on a hell of a card too. It's a massive card. Saudis are taking over the boxing
You can tell they don't talk to each other outside of the show because what the fuck is this conversation?
scene. And here's the thing, people. That's just the start. They're gonna start leaking into obviously boxing. Next thing's basketball because they have all the money. They have more money than us.
Yeah.
So if you're a basketball player, fighter, whatever, and you can make 10 million fighting, on ESPN, or you can make 50 million fighting on the Saudi network, you're a prize fighter. You go where the money is. You don't give a fuck whether it's American money, Saudi money.
This sounds like what he did with Podcast One. They fucked over all his friends, but he went where the money is.
ESPN,
Yeah.
DAZN,
Yeah.
they don't care. And the Saudis have unlimited money.
Unlimited money.
Unlimited. And they're coming to the United
What did he say?
States. And the Saudis have unlimited money.
Oh, okay. Fucking off. I thought you mispronounced unlimited.
Unlimited money.
Unlimited. And they're coming to the United States as well. And they're already infiltrating, trying to get NBA players. It's just a matter of time.
Golfers too.
The whole Live thing was backed by them. Like they're going to start to take over because they have more money.
Yeah, there's nothing like the House of Saud. Crazy money.
Now,
And they're
dude,
liberal. They're
dude, look
opening
at
up the
this.
whole world.
Although the final figure, so I know 60 mil was like what they're guaranteed. Fury could take home more than $100 million.
Insane.
That amount means 70% of the total winnings for both fighters, which means Usyk would take home about 30 million.
Would take about 30 million into his bank account. Yeah. I'm not mad at that.
I'll study for some.
So much money.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what they deserve it though.
Of course.
But it's the best fight to unify the titles. This hasn't happened in 25 years. Like it's such a big deal. And say what you want about the Saudis and whatever, the money and all that, take all that out of it. As far as getting Usyk and Fury to fight, it would not happen if this shit show was ran by just American promotions. We'd never see it. It just, boxing's so corrupt and unmanageable. It's a disaster. So the Saudis went, I don't give a fuck about all your baggage. Do you like money? You like money? Do it. Fight. Kill each other.
Kill each other.
Okay, fight.
Kill each other.
That's all they do.
Well, who did Lomachenko fight this weekend?
Gambosis, yeah. The Australian
he
cat.
won?
Beat the brakes off.
Of course he did.
Beat the shit out of him.
Still got it.
And now they're going to do Lomachenko and Stevenson probably for the title.
Shakur?
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah, Lomachenko looked great.
Another guy who's fought how many times? I don't know. Let's call it 500 fights. I mean, something crazy. It's just unbelievable. Another guy, he's just active, always fighting, always fighting.
Boy, you look at that Lomachenko and Haney fight, like, you guess Haney won that.
Yeah, it was controversial.
Man, it's close.
That's how good he is.
Yeah, it's close.
And he's much smaller than Haney, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, he's tiny.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, come on, guys.
Great
Wrap
guy.
this up. Wrap this up.
Yeah, you
Wrap
met
this
him.
up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Oh
a
my
really good
God,
guy.
bro.
Phenomenal. Does Lomachenko's father?
Who did he meet? Who did he meet? Who did he meet?
Controversial.
Man, it's close.
That's how good he is.
Yeah, it's close.
And he's much smaller than Haney, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he's tiny.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Yeah, you met him.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's great.
Great guy. Never met him.
Really good guy.
Phenomenal. Does Lomachenko's father train Usyk?
No.
But they train in the same camp.
They're both from Ukraine.
No, I think they've trained in the same camp.
Maybe, but one's tiny, one's a heavyweight.
Yeah. Oh, so it's just like
They wouldn't be around each other.
But wouldn't his But his dad does not train Usyk?
No.
The love it. No thoughts, guys. Okay.
Together for the cameras, but they don't train. Look at that. I got to start doing hacky sack.
He's so unique, Usyk.
Yeah, man.
Fighters like that are.
Anyway.
I mean, I think that the thing that people don't talk about with fighting is when you're a boxer or anything else, like going to practice when you have to spar and knowing that you might get knocked out. Like I remember that dude who walked in and I was like, how the fuck? You're not even warmed up. And you were like, you want to be a fighter, huh? And I was like, you don't even know that guy. You don't even know anything about him. He's 6'8" and he's going to try to knock your head off. That's really hard to do all the time because every time it happens, you don't know if you're going to get.
No, it isn't.
I mean, it's rare to get knocked out,
Rare?
But it's super rare. Super rare. If you get knocked out in practice, you got problems.
You also almost broke your neck in that fucking.
Oh,
yeah, big up Dom Agro. They are, in it. Can you not feel it? They're almost boring each other with how bored they are of the show and of each other and of what they're saying.
Yeah.
Literally.
Oh yeah.
Fell on your fucking head.
That's fighting though, bud.
Oh, fuck all that.
Super Jello, go fuck yourself. I'm embarrassed, okay? I didn't admit it like I was proud, but yes, it was at one point my favorite show. Now look how the mighty have fallen. But then a lot of you keep saying something that might be true. Maybe it was never good. Maybe I was just super naive and dumb and a bit wet-brained, and there wasn't much else to listen to, so I just like invented in my head that it was good. I don't think that's true though, but maybe it was. Maybe it was never that good.
I encourage my kiddo to play baseball. Don't get hurt, dude. Make that money, guaranteed money.
What I like to do is watch known fighters spar with those hard sparring sessions, and you're like, oh my fucking God. Oh my God, are they crushing each other? Doing whatever they can. I mean, swinging for the fences and coming out of it like, their headgear, okay.
But this is the thing. So with with Tyson fighting Jake Paul soon and people see his training footage of sparring, whatever.
All right. We watched the first half an hour because I have to get a little kip in before I go to the gym in the morning. We have to pause it there and come back to it later on. We watched the first half an hour. Brutal. We've actually watched 29 minutes and 48 seconds. And let's actually pump it. Let's actually bump it to a nice round number. Let's actually do it. Let's actually do it to 30. Fuck this. Let's actually get it to 30. Let's actually see what he says here before I leave. Let's see what he actually says here.
Or whether it's Sugar Sean's recent sparring footage released, or insert whatever fighter that you like, and you're watching them train or spar.
Yeah, I watch them train.
And this from a fighter standpoint across the board.
As a fighter.
Anyone who watches that stuff then predicts a fight is an idiot. Because you have no idea what the circumstances is. Okay. So some days I'd go into practice.
So is he trying to cope for his rubbish predictions? Is that what he's trying to do? Is he trying to cope for all these rubbish predictions and fight picks? He's basically trying to say you can never predict who wins. So you can't make informed guesses, informed predictions. No, just watch the fights. Don't try and guess who might win. Don't you dare try and put money on it either. Is that what he's trying to say? After didn't he advertise the sports betting company in the beginning or something? Interesting, isn't it?
Sparring day against killers, and coaches say, we're just working on your jab. All you're doing today is setting up your jab and left hook. So when you watch footage, you're like, I can't believe Canelo got clipped there, man. Or, man, did you see Devin Haney get wobbled here? You have no clue. Yeah. We don't know if that's the fourth round. You don't know if they're working on a certain
Defense.
movement. You don't know if that day he ran earlier that morning. You have no clue.
Right.
So anyone that puts any weight into that, you have no clue about
right.
the fight game.
That's right.
That's why when
I don't think I don't think they put more weight into it. I think that's just one piece of data or information that would add or help them come to a decision on who they think might win. That's all it is. It's not like this.
Anybody brings up practice to me, I don't care.
I will say this. I'm going to.
You know, you used to fuck him up. I don't care.
I will say this. I want to get your take on this. I'm going to send this to you right now, Chen. All right.
Yeah, we're not watching Bryan use his phone for the first time. We'll leave it there. Half an hour. We did half an hour of TFATK. We're gonna come back later on in a few hours and do the rest of it. But I've got a jet and kind of get a little kip in before I head to the gym in the morning. I kind of want to see if I can get a pump in before fucking 9 or something. So let's see if I can do that. Anyways, my friends, I have to love you and leave you. Love you and leave you. We're going to come back with part 2 of this particular episode. So part 2 of this particular episode will come back later. And we'll talk about the YURIY and the COMPA Raider and the LUSH and the fucking POTLORD situation. And we'll also finish off the fucking Fire and the Kid. And we'll watch it together as a fucking family. As a fucking family. Okay, cool. Before I leave, make sure you like the fucking stream before I leave. Please don't be lame. Like the stream, okay? Like the stream. Like the stream before you leave. Do me a favor and like the stream. If you don't like the stream, hey, by the way, hey, listen to me before you leave. If you don't like the stream, I'm gonna play that AI song I made, okay? If you don't like the stream, I'm gonna play a mega mix of those AI songs I made the other day. If you don't like it, I'm gonna torture you all and play a mega mix of those AI songs that I made. All right, like the stream, or I'll punish you all by playing those horrible AI mixed. Okay, if you fuck around, you'll find out. Fuck around and I'll make you fuck around, I'll make your ears bleed. And I don't mean the Brian Callen way, which is like sticking your penis in someone's ear without fucking permission. I mean by playing you horrible music. So like the stream, do me a favor, like the stream, that would be much appreciated. Anyway, apart from that, I'll see you guys in a few hours. Big up everybody in the stream chat. Big up my G's, Euler. Jeez, I said Euler. I mixed your two names together. Big up Koya and Uche. Oh, that's a nice one, isn't it? Maybe I should call you guys that. Maybe I should call you guys Euler. Maybe that's what I should call you guys. That's actually a nice name, isn't it? Right? Yeah, cool. Anyway, big up Don Dutta, big up Pity, Super Jello, Domo Agro, The Hectic Channel, what's good, my guy? NJ Ranger, Jack Donaghy Jr., Andrew W. Big up Ruben Rivera, I see you there. Brandon Mulry, I see you there. Joe from MIA, what's happening, my bro? Hope you're good. Sanguine Brood, Griffin, I see you, motherfuckers. Jordan Ray, motherfucker, what's up, what's up? Lit Drip, motherfucker, what's up, what's up? Jad Mellerick, I see you as well. Hope you're well. Perk Angle, I love the name Perk Angle. So fucking good. Perk Angle, you know, I love it. Anyway, take care, motherfuckers. See you in a few hours. Cool. Peace.